Today I have some interesting topics lined up for you. But first, let me ask, how is your day going? I wish I can see you in person to have some chit chat with you and ask about your day and just talk about something else that is different from politics and happenings in the polity. Maybe we could do that over tea or coffee, but maybe that will happen. Well, one day. But on this channel, what we are dedicated to is about politics and happenings in the polity. But regardless of that, just know that I care about you beyond the analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. So today we are going to be discussing some interesting topic. Maybe you've seen my flyer, but if you are yet to see it, I'll be talking about INEC insistence on Yesom Wike's cousin as Edo State chairman. INEC insistence on Yesom Wike's cousin as Edo State chairman. So I'll be giving you some in-depth analysis on that. I'll be dissecting all the major issues surrounding that. So if you're looking for how to spend your day, regardless of wherever you are, whether it's morning, whether it's afternoon, whether it's evening, trust me, this is your sure plug on analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. It's always an interesting time with you. So I'll be talking about INEC insistence on Yesom Wike's cousin as the state chairman in Edo State, right? So that means Wike's cousin is going to be superintending over that election. Does that have any consequence, really? Does he? Will it make any difference? What usually happens, even in real life, right? I'm going to situate it with some real life situations whereby if something like this happens, how do they handle it in professional settings? How do they handle it in government parastatals? What is it called? Right, I'll be telling you what it is called. So that's about the INEC insistence on Yesom Wike's cousin as INEC chairman. So in Edo State, right? So you want to sit back, relax, and let me bring you the analysis. And of course, the phone-in section will be available for you to make contributions. Yesterday was a very interesting day. We had a very good time whereby I gave a kind of like almost over 4 hours lecture in my political masterclass on Edo State, whereby I appraised the politics, the dynamics, and how the Edo State governorship election will be won and lost. Yes, you heard me right. The politics, the dynamics, and how the Edo State governorship election would be won and lost. And then today I'll be talking about INEC insistence on Yesom Wike's cousin as the state chairman for the electoral body. You know that Edo State has been in the news almost every day until the election comes, and even after the election, Edo State is going to be in the news. Why? We've been able to talk about some of it yesterday, and trust me, today we'll also be diving into another realm of the analysis. But this is not the series 2. Remember the lecture I gave yesterday, right? There's a series 2 that is coming as regards the Edo governorship election. So don't mistake it. This is not the series 2. The series 2 is coming whereby I'll be x-raying the achievement of Godwin Obaseki, his shortcomings, and x-raying it with that of Adams Oshiomhole, and also the personality of the APC candidate Monday Okpebolo. I was sent something that Ken okay, I see you saying, "Wow, we really need to mark Wike's cousin close." Well, is that really necessary? Should that be the case? Like I said, I'm going to give you some real life instances, and I'm going to situate it in the professional context and also in government parastatals, and I will also be drawing examples from countries that are not Nigeria. Okay, I'll be drawing some great examples for you, so that's why you need to stay tuned and stick with me on this channel, Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. So apart from that, I'll be talking about NNPCL again. Is having this back and forth with Ken Ezeke. Please, can you tell me what state are you from? Right? Are you from Edo State? Please put it in the comment section what state you are from. I would like to know the state you have. I think Eze means king in Igbo, right? So do well to put it in the comment section. Let me know the state that you are from. So again, NNPCL has increased the pump price of petroleum, the one that, even when petrol was being imported. Okay, you are from Anambra. Okay, thank you, Ken. So when petrol was being imported, right, the price of petroleum products. But wait, Ken, if you're from Anambra, that's Soludo, right? Am I correct? Yes. Chukuma Soludo, and Chukuma Soludo is Abga, if I'm not mistaken. So what's really your interest in Edo State? Is it that you are a member of the PDP or the Labour Party? Well, I'm just thinking aloud anyway, But I quite appreciate your interest in politics and happenings in the polity. Okay, so NNPCL increased the pump price of the Dangote refinery, and you'll be wondering that, hold on a moment, when Dangote wasn't producing petrol, we're buying it cheaper, right? And one of the things that Dangote used to win the heart of Nigerians, to support him when he was screaming, was because Nigeria thought that if Dangote refinery comes on board, that life is going to become more convenient for Nigerians. But then Dangote is coming on board, and instead of the price of petroleum products to decrease, it has increased astronomically, and right now that's like by 100%, because before now it was 565, right? It was 565 naira, but now it's, you can barely get it for 9 something. So you may want to wonder that why, and why is NNPCL not disclosing the amount that they are buying the petroleum product from Dangote? Why is NNPCL not making that disclosure? So there's been this back and forth, and why is it that when it favors Dangote, it doesn't say anything, but when it doesn't favors him, it comes, crying to the public, crying foul, So I'll be diving into some of these analysis for you on today's episode of Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Well, I call myself your favorite political scientist because I know that I try my best to give you just the way you like it. That's if you like the truth. Like I always say, I'm that political scientist that you cannot like, you cannot hate, because some of my analysis we go toward towards our political social leanings, and some will just contradict it. So for one moment you are liking me because I'm saying something you like, the next moment you are not liking me anymore, and also the next minute you're absolutely in love with me again. What does that tell you? That just shows I'm unbiased, that shows I'm objective, and that shows the professionalism aspect of it. And trust me, I appreciate your time, I value your time. If you're seeing this video, do well to press the like button, let other people also get to enjoy it as well. So I'll be diving into the analysis of the Dangote issue, right, that is all over the media space. Also, there's this video making the rounds of Portable, right? That Portable, the one that sang Zazu, that guy that has hair of different colors, right? So maybe one day Portable will have this my kind of hair skin. I think it makes sense, right? Because I kind of like receive fresh breeze, on my head. So now Portable met Peter Obi, and Peter Obi in his usual way just greeted Portable. Oh, hello, hi, okay, happy to see you. And maybe you've come across the video, and do you know what happened? Portable was quite angry because Peter Obi did not give him anything. Peter Obi did not give him anything. And maybe you've come across the video, and he was saying that if it were to be Tinubu, Tinubu would have bokad. You know what bokad means? That he would have distributed money. So why is it that when people meet politicians, why is it that they expect them to spend money? What is the impact of spending such money on governance? How do governors or president, how do they see this money that they are spending, and what is their perspective of the people when they are made to spend such money? And at the end of the day, will not giving money, will it have any impact on Peter Obi, right? And I'll be giving you an example of a state governor whereby I've not had a personal interaction with him, but in Nigeria, there is a church that I usually attend, and the governor comes to that church, and I'll tell you what usually happens in terms of rolling out, or should I say giving out money to different people. So how does this impact governance? How does it impact the orientation, the psyche of the politicians itself? That's why I said I am your sure plug on analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. And that's why I say that make sure you turn on the notification button, because absolutely this is where we make it happen. And like I always say, when it's the political hour, surely we are going to make it happen. The phone line for your contribution is +55 13 99 666 6361. And what I'll be doing today is I won't be calling out the number repeatedly. If you are interested in calling in, just request for the phone number. It's just via WhatsApp, okay? Via WhatsApp, just WhatsApp alone. So if you request for it, then I will call it out, because some of you are watching me on your phone, and that's why I usually say if you don't want to come with a pen and paper during my political master class, you feel okay, you have lot of space in your brain to kind of like assimilate all what that I'm saying in my political masterclass, at least maybe a biro and a paper would have helped for you to note down the number to call via WhatsApp. And like I usually say, I love to hear from you too as well. I value your contributions, and it makes the platform interactive. Yesterday, it took me time before I activated the phone-in session. It was like a 4.5 hours of deep inside lecture on the politics of Edo State, which I tag the politics are now the Edo State election would be won and lost. So if you missed that series yesterday, do yourself a kind of little favor, because knowledge is power, knowledge is cumulative. Do well to go back to my live video of yesterday and make sure you catch up. And if you are just joining my channel, do well to check my past videos. And as I usually say, my video is what I can recommend for you. If you are having a headache, play one of my video in the morning, play another one in the evening. It's free to play anyway, and there's no way you watch any of my video and you won't go home with some dose of knowledge. Yes, you heard me right. There's no way you watch my video and you won't go with some dose of. So if you missed yesterday's video, you better go ahead and watch it, because don't use all your time to just be watching movie. Don't use all your time to just be watching comedy skits, because try to acquire some knowledge as well. So it's going to be a very interesting time today. Trust me, like any other day, you watching me is not going to be a waste of time. And if you're watching me for the very first time, do well to subscribe, do well to share, do well to turn on the notification button, because it is the Political Hour live with your favorite political scientist, Dr. Omoshola Deji. This is where we make it happen, and I can see some of your comments already, which is a sign that it's going to be a very great day today. It's going to be a happy day. That's why I say drop your comment. I love to hear from you. And Ken Ezefe, I hope I get that correctly. There's a way it appears on my screen. And he said earlier that we need to really mark Wike's cousin closely. That is about INEC insistence that Wike's cousin will be the resident electoral commissioner for the upcoming election. Edo State have been a theater of political war, if I can say that. Edo State has been a theater of political war, and I gave you a political assertion yesterday that the upcoming election is not going to be carnival like. It's going to be like a battle, and I target the political elite gang war. The political elite gang war, and I gave you the reason for that. I gave an extensive explanation, an extensive analysis of that. Trust me, if you miss it, you're missing a lot. You really don't want to miss it, because trust me, on Judgment Day, you may think that God is going to ask about your behavior on earth, and trust me, if the angel soul decide to ask you that, okay, did you watch Dr. Omoshola Deji's video? Tell us about politics in your country. Tell us about African politics, global politics. Tell us what you know politically. Definitely, if you don't have anything to say, of course, you know what that means. So you never know where the question will come from on Judgment Day. Just in case the question is going to be political, that's why I am your sure plug. But if the question goes to be spiritual, that's where you need your pastor or your imam. But on politics and happenings in the polity, this is your sure plug. Okay. Today, before I go into that analysis of that topic, like I say, I don't usually just come online. I do some research, I prepare my notes, and that's because I take my time to research what I want to say. I take my time to structure it. That's why I target the political masterclass. And like I say, I break it down in such a way that you don't need to have any political knowledge. What you need is your listening ears and just a little bit of your time to follow up on my analysis on politics and happenings in the polity. Why am I doing this? I realize that there's no vacuum in most of the aspects in Nigeria, but there is a political education vacuum, and that's why I've dedicate my time to make sure that I give you all the political education as much as I can give you. In the entertainment sector, there's a lot of artists, male and female. They are making us proud and doing lots of wonders. But if you look at the knowledge of Nigerians, that political education is missing. And as I usually say, if a political thug knows that the actions of the politicians that is dying for, that is snatching the ballot box because of the politician, if he knows that the actions, the inactions, and the failures of that politician is contributed largely into what made him a political thug, trust me, he's going to go all out against that politician instead of supporting that politician to ruin its life the more. And some people don't even know that they think they still have a destiny, right? And I usually say that some of these politicians, as wicked as they have already, should I say, consume our own destiny, right? Now, the destiny of our children, they are still trying to consume it as well. If you say no, you may say no, you may say God forbid, you may say in Jesus' name, but trust me, that is just it. Because if they go ahead to borrow aids and loans and they keep borrowing, and when the first subsidy was not removed, they were borrowing. When the first subsidy was removed, they were still borrowing. So if you are borrowing before fuel subsidy was removed, that because you need more money to provide infrastructure, and you remove fuel subsidy, you removing fuel subsidy means that you have more money, right? The money that you are supposed to be subsidizing those goods for Nigeria, the thing is, you now have it to yourself. So the money now belongs to you, right? That means you have more money as a government. So when you have more money as a government, and it is that time that you have more money, that you are even borrowing more, because the Tinubu government, what the Buhari government has borrowed in 8 years, the Tinubu government has largely borrowed it in 1 year. So you want to ask yourself that, let's just think, let us just reason politically. And that's why, you are no student, there's no servant, there's no boss. What we have is the politinker. So if you are here live with me, what we are doing right now is what I call politinking, which is analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. So if you don't like politics, I usually tell you that I pity you. If you don't like to know about happenings in governance, I usually sympathize with you, because like I say, politics is what? A ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. A phenomenon that is all conditioning in all condition. That's why you need to be constant on this channel. If you don't know the meaning of that, I have explained, I have explained repeatedly, and maybe I may be kind enough to explain what that means again before the end of this video. So as I was saying, something is not clear, right? Why is government, why will government remove fuel subsidy, right? Before you remove the fuel subsidy, you said you don't have money. Let us look at this. Just give me a moment. Let's break this down a little bit, right? You don't have money. That means you are spending much of your money to subsidize petroleum products. And your argument is that people from other countries are making you run at a loss because they are smuggling it, which is an indictment on you as a government. Let us establish that. Because if you are saying that people can come into your country and they are now taking your oil, your refined petroleum product, buying from the filling stations at the border, first you are indicting yourself as a government, right? Now, let us establish that first. Now, if you are now earning, if you now remove the fuel subsidy by a whooping between 185 or thereabout to 565, right? From 185 to 565. Look at the amount that you have, okay, let's say that is per liter, right? And look at the amount of liters that Nigerians are consuming. So you need to minus, let's do a little bit of arithmetic here, great people. So you need to minus first, that first removal, when Tinubu came, you minus 565 minus 185. The difference, right? So now, let me quickly do that with my phone here. Let's do a bit of analysis here. Let's use some simple elementary mathematics. I hope I get where the calculator is, because and I'm not too conversant with pressing the phone. And let me just search it out. I usually don't have time to press the phone, but I seem not to be getting it. Maybe somebody can help me out with that arithmetic. 565 minus 185. Maybe somebody can help me out with that, right? I need a very quick answer to that. I need a swift answer. I'm seeing your comment, and of course, as you know, I'm going to read your comment, and I see all your greetings, but I will come to that. Okay, Paris TV, God bless you, my brother. You are becoming phenomenal tonight. You are not yet phenomenal yet. You are becoming phenomenal. You are you have shown the trait of being phenomenal, and I hope you remain phenomenal. So it says 380, right? So now somebody should give me the statistics of how many liter you think that Nigerians are consuming. Somebody should please go to Google and give me that statistics. I think it is it not 20 something million or something like that liters. We want to do a very quick arithmetic, and that's why I've told you that when you come to Dr. Omoshola Deji's political master class, because it is a free political class, you have to be participative. If you are not participative, maybe I'll just get angry one day, and I'll just make sure that this, my political master class is only for I'll just make it membership only. So, but then I pray that day will not come, because why? I love what I'm doing, and I like the way that I'm doing it for free. Somebody should please go to Google straight away and tell me how many liters Nigerians are consuming today. Go to Google and Google it that, Nigerians petroleum consumption daily. Okay, God bless you, Willie. I see you, my brother, great guy. It says 25 to 30 million. Okay, now, you people, go back to your calculator and let's make it 30 million, right? Do 30 million times 380. Somebody should quickly help me with that analysis, right? With that calculation, rather. 30 million. I hope your phone will be able to take that figure. I don't want a situation whereby you will turn out to be Godswill Akpabio on the floor of the Senate that read money. So he confess, hey, this money too big for me, or this money tire me. I hope that when you do that calculation, you won't turn out to be an Akpabio. If you are writing it in figures, I don't know, maybe YouTube will allow that. Maybe they will now see it as like a phone number I hope that is not what will happen, but please, you can write it in words, right? I can't wait to really get that figure. I'm trying to search for calculator on my phone. Goodness me, I really don't go through all this device much like that, and I wish I have it here. The way this analysis things is, it comes easy for me, and I just go at the pace at which the spirit leads. Okay, now this one it tire me. This one it don't tire me too. We're talking of 11 billion and 400 million naira. Now, this is where the analysis is beginning to get interesting. In fact, I didn't want to make this my kind of first topic, but then as the spirit leads, I just dive into it during my introduction. And since we are in it, let's just continue. Right now, look at this: 11 billion, right? Yeah, 11 billion 400 million. So that means if you are earning 11, if you are saving, or if you are saving 11 billion 400 million daily, so that means that you complain of us. Let us get this. I usually tell you people, please, I beg you in the name of Almighty God, don't let me usually come and waste my time. The greatest disservice you can do to me, what can get me angry and even close down YouTube and just go and be facing my life, is when you come and you are either not listening, or you come and you don't put yourself in a position, in the mood to learn. It will be very, very disastrous, right? Very, very disastrous, because for you to hear some of these things, you need to go and pay school fees. And if you come to my class in a school abroad, definitely you will pay thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars. Go and ask international students in UK, in US, in Canada. They will tell you how much they are paying. So please, my people, whenever you come to this political massacre, and that's why I ban anything, abuse on this platform, that everybody must respect themselves, everybody must coordinate themselves. So let's look at this: 11 billion and 400 million. So if Nigerians are consuming 30 million liters per day, don't say it's not possible. It is possible, because let us imagine, if you go to a filling station and you see small queue, somebody will come buy full tank. The full tank of that person may be 80 liters. Imagine the amount of cars that are moving in Lagos, the 36th state of the Federation. Imagine how many people are owning generator right now in Nigeria. Companies, individuals, hotels, telecommunications. Just let's sit down and just imagine it. That is it really possible, right? Is it possible for Nigeria to consume 30 liters? Don't think it is not possible, right? Don't think it is. It is very, very possible. In fact, it is most possible because there's lack of electricity in Nigeria, right? And most people usually depend on fuel, whether petrol, whether diesel. In fact, if you want to mess up your life, whether as a bachelor that you are expecting one girl that you've been toasting, yeah, you know how you do it. You bachelor, yeah, you are watching me, yeah, you know how you do it, you know how you roll, the fuel that you will not earn for yourself. I remember my days in the university for my BSc in Nigeria. Bachelor life could be very, very interesting. Student life could be very, very interesting. When the fuel that you cannot earn for yourself, you would have kept it that, okay, my woman is going to come to certain time. You know how you do it, yeah? Some of you are looking at me and you are smiling. Don't do like a saint. Don't worry. If madam is by your side, you are free to do like a saint too, so that you won't be answering query that, who's that girl, that stuff. So I don't want you to be answering query. And Fidelis Michael says, my dear political scientist, you are good. I've learned much from you in this short time. F. Michael is my name. F. Michael, God bless you. I appreciate your time. Well, this is the free political masterclass. Do well to be a devoted and punctual student in the political masterclass. Okay, now we are looking at whether it is possible, and I've given you the analysis that it is very much possible, because in Lagos alone, in fact, if they want to repair your destiny, let's imagine that there's somebody that village people are after, and what is the best way for them to kind of like fix your life? The best way to fix your life is, let them just say, we did from now till the next 5 minutes. All the fuel that they are buying across Nigeria, the money belongs to you. All the fuel that they are buying in Nigeria, from now till the next 5 minutes, the money belongs to you. You know, there's something that Yoruba people usually call agbano, right? I don't know, maybe somebody can help me with the Yoruba meaning of agbano. I'm trying to with the English maybe somebody can interpret it for me, right? That is when I'm trying to see how to structure. That is when should I call it like an evil spirit enters someone's money and he wrecks someone, like the spirit of wreck. So if the spirit of wreck, they usually say if money is not enough, when the spirit of wreck enter it, before it settle down, you are already broke. But there's some money that when the spirit of wreck, when it enters that money, you are just starting. Because why? When the spirit of wreck, when he eats belly food and his belly want to burst, he will go away and say, this one want to kill me with food. Oh, I used to wreck people, I used to make the rich poor, but this kind of money, I don't chop. I don't belly food. Don't kill me with food. Make I go. So the best way to fix somebody's life is to give you just 5 minutes that all the fuel they are buying in Nigeria, the money belongs to you. So if you look at the fuel consumption by hoteliers, by private individuals, by government parastatals, name it, even NEPA office, I be waiting that they call them, PHCN, they use gen. Nigeria is a theater of their. So if PHCN office feel they use generator, who are you that you won't use gen? So let us now imagine, we have established whether people can use up to so million, but we can't rule out the aspect of fraud, we can't rule out the aspect of inflation by NNPC. Let us be clear on that, because those guys really there, the way they steal, they steal in a very artless manner. They steal, insatiable taste for us. So we can't rule out the corruption in NNPC in terms of inflation of figures, right? And some of you that are watching me, that you are abusing them in NNPC, but you are a contractor, they will call you to come and do something that you buy for 500. You will say, Oga, yeah, it is 1,200. It is 800. That's how some of you do. I remember some time when I call one plumber. Now so they calculate stupid money for me. I can't lose kilo day, and I now called another plumber. That one was a little bit nice, and I'm like, human being, now they wicked though. So if you are before you abuse NNPC, are you sure you are not inflating figures? Are you sure you are not an inflator of figures? But now that money that NNPC is getting, government is saying that, it is not enough because we are using the thing to subsidize. Let us remove subsidy. So based on the removal of that subsidy, it means that the money that you are using to pay, let's imagine that fuel now, let's say let me use phone. I like to use another thing from the topic, something you can relate with again. Let me use this phone. Every Nigerian has a phone, almost every Nigerian, and those that don't have a phone desires a phone, right? So let's agree that phone is essential in today's Nigeria. Let's agree on that. So because phone is essential, everybody must use a phone. I want to relate it to phone, but I want to use another thing just for you to kind of like understand. And governments know that phone is essential. They now said, okay, this phone now, maybe it is sold for 100 naira. Government now says, so that people can afford this phone, because of the role phone plays in the life of human being. This phone, rather than for you to buy it 100 naira, okay, be buying it 60 naira to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, so that everybody can have a phone. Government now says be buying it 60 naira, but the real cost of the phone is 100 naira. That 40 naira, government, I will be paying it. That is the most simplest way of where I can explain what subsidy means. Because some of you don't know what subsidy means, right? That is just the kind of simplest form of explanation that comes to mind. If I begin to give you all these scholarly, definitions, you guys are going to be lost. And because I know that some of you don't have background in some of these things, I try to relate with you in a language that you can understand. So government knows everybody needs this phone. The real worth of this phone is 100 naira, but government knows that by virtue of our economy, not everybody can afford that 100 naira. But so that everybody can be able to use a phone, government now says, okay, don't worry, manufacturer of phone, sell it 60 naira. The remaining amount, the 40 naira, come and collect it from me. I will give it to you. Let my people use phone. That's just how I can use to describe what subsidy means. So government is now saying, hey, I've been subsidizing phone, oh, but now I don't have money. I need money to do so many things. Please, manufacturer of phone, sell it at your 100 naira. Because if you sell it, if you don't sell it at 100 naira, I will not give you the 40 naira remaining balance. So I don't come out my hand. Oh, that is what removal of fuel subsidy, that is what it means. Now that we are clear on that, so now that if I as a government, I'm no longer subsidizing this, your purchase of phone, if I'm no longer subsidizing, that means that I have more money. For instance, if you come to me that, Oga, we sold 100 million pieces of phone, 100 million times 40, is that not like maybe 4 billion or so? That means I have to pay for. But now that billion is with me. It is with me now as a government. So what I'm trying to explain to you, the synopsis of it is, if I have extra money, I was complaining that I don't have money. I need money to fix things, right? Now that I have extra money, after removing the fuel subsidy, right, why am I still borrowing? You don't get this thing. That's why I say you all should always come to political masterclass and invite people you know, because some of these basic things is what government is using, that ignorance. And if you like, the illiteracy of some people, that's what government is using. And that is why in South Africa they call people like me the difficult class, the difficult people. Because you know that you cannot tell me anything Majarwe, you know, Majarwe, because why? I'm educated and vast. So if so many Nigerians are educated and vast, we won't be experiencing some of the things we are experiencing in the country, because people will be able to query government that, what are you saying? So you now remove the fuel subsidy. That means you are earning more money to the tune of, you know, according to what Paris TV helped me with the calculation, that is 11 billion and 400 million. 11 billion and 400 million. And I'm sure that there will still be some adjust, some thousands, you know, some cover to it. But if you have 11 billion and 400 million, which is a significant amount of money, and you are having that daily to subsidize that subsidy, you are no longer paying it again. But yet you still go to IMF, you still go to World Bank, you still go and borrow money, you still go to China, you still go and borrow money, you still sign loans, you know, you still sign agreement in Chinese. And Nigeria have one characteristics in international diplomacy. You know, you can't fault me, I'm a Nigerian, you are no more Nigerian than me. But go and check, do your research. Nigeria has one policy: anywhere there's free money, anywhere, quote me, go and ask some of your lecturers or friends that are maybe in social sciences, they will tell you. Or you can do a little bit of research on. You see, from today, be studying Nigerian government. It's not only the government of Tinubu, but Buhari, Jonathan, successive government, Obasanjo. Nigeria has a policy: anywhere there's free money, anywhere there's free money, is there money there? Is there money there? There's money there. You see Nigeria there. Anywhere there is free things, you will always see Nigeria. Nigerian government and its ministries, they always look for free money everywhere. Free money. They'll be looking. Where's free money? Where's free money? But do you know the annoying part of it? That money that you are looking for, God has given it to you. You have it. You have it at your backyard. The money is there. The money is there, which is the mineral and natural resources that we have. You are not exploiting it. You just focus on it. Do you know that Nigeria has over 200? And I've told people, do you know clay? That sand, that red sand that is in your village, that red sand, you know, that they used to call clay. Do you know that clay is a natural resources? Do you know, like a country like Italy, there's one island, there's one like mountain in Italy that they get ceramics from. But because you can only have it in limited quantity, and there's increasing global demand for all these flower vase, all these ceramic table, you would have come across all this plug, electric plug. You understand? The best electric plug that can withstand it for heavy duty should be made with ceramics. All this socket, these things are made with ceramics. So the thing is, the global demand for ceramics is high, but there is little ceramics that it can. If you guys are just taking all the ceramics, and one day it will finish. So they are now using clay, that red soil that you have in your village, that you just see that in fact you don't even like it because during the dry season, if car pass, your white will turn to brown because of that soil. Clay soil is a natural resources. What am I trying to say? Nigeria has all these natural resources. Rather than for you to now take these natural resources and be using it to make money. Look at that clay in your village that is just there. It's just wasting away. In fact, the clay is so much that if you want to dig what, let me give you an example. Do you know that when you are traveling sometime, you see some truck that they are taking all those clay. Some of them, they are exporting it abroad though. It's a business for some people. Some people usually use it in building construction. Maybe they want to floor their land. I think they call it laterals. Yes, they use it at lateral to first of all level the floor. I can't rule that out. But so there are people that need it abroad. It is a natural resources. Clay, armor. In fact, if Nigeria decide to make you minister of clay, yes, don't laugh. No, I'm being serious. Don't laugh. If they make you minister of clay, that Willie or Praise TV or Godly Truth TV or Fumilayo Dumosu, come and be minister of clay. Just minister of clay. Forget. You are done. But you leave these resources. You focus on only oil. And you be taking begging bowl all around the world. Be looking for free money. Nigeria do not used to use hear free money. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. If you are lazy to do research, just note it down that Dr. Deji has told you something today. Don't worry, I'll be monitoring what Dr. Deji has said. This Dr. Deji, they lie. Don't worry, I go to monitor him from today. Monitor it. And come back and tell me whether I am right or wrong. So if you are looking for money, and the money is already at your backyard, what is now your problem? So you remove fuel subsidy, you are still going to borrow. Alaye, that money that you are now saving now, that you are supposed to be using to pay that fuel subsidy, Alaye, come. Where is that money first? Account for it. And fairly to Peter Obi, he spoke intelligently. When he was at New Central TV, Peter Obi said, we need to first of all know about these fuel subsidies first. First, account for it. The money that you've been saving, where is it? Because I believe that government now have more money. But do you know what they do with the money? That's why I pity you, I pity your life. My dear brother, I pity your destiny. In fact, I pity you greatly. If you decide to kill and destroy for politicians, in fact, I just pity you. Because they were sharing this money. States were getting more money, they didn't increase salary. Federal government were getting more money, they did. Rather than to increase salary, they go and buy jets. They go and use 21 billion to build house for the vice president. They are just feeling cool. You know that cool feeling, Do you know what they mean feeling cool? Abi, you've always been in Sapa. Have you always been in Sapa? I don't believe so. You know what they call feeling cool? You're collecting the money, you're just feeling cool. Feeling cool. And the masses are bleeding financially. Not until Labour now decide that no, enough is enough after 1 year. So you have more money What I'm asking, what I'm interested in is when you have more, it's a simple arithmetic. When you have more money, why are you borrowing? You are complaining that you don't have Maggie. Let me use other things as example. You are complaining that you don't have Maggie. That's why I caught you going to your neighbor's house to beg for Maggie. Maybe I come to your house to visit you that, okay, Willie, what's up? I'm just passing by you. Can Mezefe, Oyiza, Omeza, I'm taking some of the name in the comment section. James, Piakeme. I just say, oh, my Mickey TV. I just say, I'm just passing by you. Mickey TV, I just say, I say, okay, how are you? How you doing, my guy now? How things? How they go? I just pass by, I can say, I know if you just pass by, make I know, hola, my guy, yo. I can't see, say, your neighbor, they insult you. I say, Mickey, what it cause this kind of thing now? You say, now because say Maggie, oh, say, now ordinary Maggie, you go back for that. Maggie, why now? I can't say, no, if they downgrade my guy because you go collect Maggie. I can't come next day. I can't buy you one carton of Maggie. I carry and give you. By doing that, you are now minister of Maggie. You can decide to wake up and just be licking Maggie. You can decide to eat, and after the food, you decide not to drink water. You want to, in fact, drink Maggie. In fact, you want to cook soup. You can decide not to buy oil, not to buy pepper. You just put Maggie in water and let it boil and start using it. You are now like a minister of Maggie. I come the third day, as I'm coming, I still see you going to your neighbor to beg for Maggie. Something is wrong. You say you don't have Maggie. I bought Maggie for you. One carton. You are still going to beg Maggie. Are you normal? What is wrong with you? Do I need to lay hands on you? Do I need to fast and pray? Say, why are you going to borrow Maggie? That's exactly what I can just use to put it in another dimension, what Nigeria is doing. First subsidy is an hindrance. You don't have money. It is a fraud and an hindrance. So you can't be spending money on fraud. Okay, no wala. Keep the money. Put the blame on us. Don't worry. Our life is already hard, but make it more hard. We will bear it. And the people that are stealing the money, you didn't go after them. Those one now. Do you know that there are some silent billionaires that they can afford to use 6 months inside yacht on top water? They are just there chilling. They are already cut off from all this your stress that you know. They are just there chilling with some girl in bikini, wearing bikini. See, that's why I said, have you experienced the feeling cool life before? Have you experienced it before? Where people are feeling cool. If you see the way some of these people feel cool with your money. Let me give you an example. I was in Milton Keynes in UK. I visited one of my, non-biological eggman like that. In Milton Keynes. Some of you that are in UK, you know Milton Keynes. We now decide to go to London from Milton Keynes. It was a Friday that let's just, go to the lousy areas, Peckham, Woolwich, and all that. So as we were driving, it was that my Egmont that was driving, so we are just talking about life, opportunities, and all that. One sleeky car. When I mean car, it's not that one that you push to start. It's not that one that you. Very sleeky car. The car did what? The car passed by. And that Egmont, that senior bros, come tell me, say, Deji, come and see what your politicians are doing with your money. I will do something now. And I said that politician can say that car that is going is owned by a Nigerian House of Rep member. Listen. He said this. When I say sleeky car, car. There's some there are some cars that they are not made for gallop at all. Because the difference between the tire and the surface of the bottom of the engine is just like this. And I said, I will do something. The man, he now neared that car. He was nearing that car. See if, he's driving to kind of like threaten the driver. He was nearing the car. Then he will wait again. Then he will near the car. The man driving it believe that this must be somebody that knows me. He now wind down. Because that's my egbon. He knows him. He now wind down. He now waved. Dark skin color politician. In fact, from the southwest. And that egbon, that senior boss said that is not the only car he has. That's how they enjoy the feeling cool life. The feeling cool. When they distributed car to people in the National Assembly, is car their problem? Have you asked yourself, before you become an House of Rep member, a senator, you must have passed through life to some extent. Car is not your problem. So you cannot use your car to help Nigeria. As a senator, if Nigeria is, you cannot use that your car to help Nigeria. You want to go for constituency work, this, that, you cannot use your car to help Nigeria. Right? You must get a car from Nigeria. If they want to use me now, maybe they say, oh, Dr. Deji, we have new elected guys. Come and give us political master class. Let it be about the basics of governance. Let them know about governance and their role. Because some people, if they get to political power, they see it as their personal property. They don't know the difference. That no, this is for the public. You are just there to superintend over it. They want to turn it to their private property. So if they say, Dr. Deji, come and give us political lecture, they will be expecting me to do it for free. But the people that want to give lecture to for free, they will go and collect Jeep of 100 million, 150 million. Why? This is where all this money for subsidy, that is where some of the money go to. Imagine if you are using, if you come and you say first subsidy gone, out of that money that you are now saving, you decide to buy car for the whole legislature. One, you decide to use 21 billion. Those are seen expenses. The money that we see, that we know, or you can call it seen expenses or known expenses. For the benefit of this political massacre, let me target seen and unseen expenses, known and unknown expenses. This one that I'm talking now are the known expenses, the one we know, the one that escape into public domain. And should that tell you the truth? The seen expenses in a political system is always just like 3%. You see, the unseen expenses that you don't know at all is always like 97%. Like 97%. So if the seen expenses, if you can account for the money that they used to buy that car, in the House of Rep, there are 300 and something people there, honorables. In the Senate, there are 1 something. Let us join it together and say like 500. Somebody should help me with the arithmetic. 500 times, let's say averagely, based on the cost, the devaluation of the naira, maybe they will buy 1 car for, let's say, maybe 100 million, new car, cha-cha Jeep. And you know that they will still inflate the figure. You know they will still inflate the figure. So if the car is being sold for 50 million in the market, government will say we want to buy car 120 million. Don't you know that government project is always the most expensive? The house will be built for 5 million. If government want to award it and say they want to build it, they will say they want to build it for 60 million. And you'll be like, what is wrong? This house, it will be 5 million. Why is government project always expensive when government is favored? You know that you now, if you want to build a house, you go and collect what did they used to call this thing? They skip my head. The right to build, right? Let me just use it like that. I'm trying to remember what they call it. That right to build the land, the structure, you go and collect it, right? From government, you will pay money. You pay money to collect it. So you are spending, but government will not pay any money. You will settle Agberu, alright, sir. All this Omonile, government doesn't have to settle anybody. You provide your own security. Government already have police. the deed of assignment. God bless you. Mickey, I see you. God bless you. You go and collect deed of assignment. Right? You collect it. You will buy land. The government doesn't need to buy land. There are government reserves areas based on planning, except in rare cases. The government will not buy it at the value they are supposed to buy it. What they pay is compensation. We want to use this your land. If it is for the benefit of the community, maybe they want to build a school, they are just to compensate you. In fact, they can even collect it without giving you anything. The only thing is government cannot collect it and give it to a private individual. It must be for community interest. For instance, someone cannot collect your family land, the house, and give it to me. No. If you go to court, you will win. But if Sanwo-Olu want to wicked your family, he will collect that money. Willie says approve building plan. Yes, I agree with you, Willie. Approve building plan. Yes. That's it. Approve building plan. God bless you, Willie. You are right. So if Sanwo-Olu want to wicked your family, he will intentionally say he want to site school on where that your family house is. And he will come and demolish it and build school there. There's nothing that can happen. Go and ask your lawyer. Don't take my word for it. Except if you collect it and give it to me, or give it to Willie, or give it to a private individual. But if you collect it because for community service, it's gone. It can only pay you little compensation. So government doesn't usually lack land. But you see that the house that you built for 5 million, government will say they want to build it. They will now say it is maybe 50 million. If it is Nigerian government, they can even say 500 million. They can even say 500 million, that they want to use 500 million to build it. So the money that they used to buy the car, they will still inflate it. They want to ride car, they will still inflate that money that they want to use to buy the car. That is where all these subsidies have been going. Don't forget I said seen expenses. I categorize it into two: seen expenses, unseen expenses. That means the one that the public will see, the one that the public will not even know about. Known expenses, if you like, and unknown expenses, the one that the public is aware of, and the one that the public is not even aware of and can never be aware of. And I said that seen expenses or known expenses are just usually like 3%. That's what the public knows, just like 3%. You see, 97 falls into the category of unseen or unknown expenses to the public. So you ask yourself that if you remove this subsidy and people are suffering, people are dying, people are hungry, do you know that if you are looking for koboko, hunger, you think people that said an hungry man is an angry man, you think they are stupid? They know what they are saying. So the truth is, what is government doing with this money? Nothing. It's just to enjoy. If Labour have not taken action, you guys will still be receiving 30,000 as minimum wage today. Right? So now, why is government keep increasing petroleum products when Dangote is producing and the oil is here in Nigeria and Dangote refinery is there? You know that when they are importing that oil, they have to convert naira to dollar, because in the international market you deal with dollars. In the international oil market, now they have to convert naira to dollar, but that one they are not doing it again now. They won't do it again. First, they hear me. Now all these port charges, all these charges, duties that we are accompanying it here and abroad, loading charges, all those things, they are not paying it. So that means that your expenses, right, your final cost will naturally reduce. Are you with me? That means that now that you are not paying those expenses, that you are not paying those money again, that everything is now done here in Nigeria, that means your expenses will reduce. So why is the price of petrol now increasing when your expenses have reduced? Come, let me tell you. You know what? Government of Nigeria operates what we call a monoproduct economy dependent on oil. You don't understand what monoproduct economy means. You don't understand. Do I need to break it down for you? Do I need to tell you? Monoproduct means that you are only producing one thing. You are earning most of your money from one thing. Monoproduct, that is like one product or just very few products. Monoproduct economy. That's what Nigeria operates, dependent on oil. If you are with your Bible, I said Bible. If you are with your paper, write it down. That I said Nigeria operates a monoproduct economy dependent on oil. That means that monoproduct, it is oil, and that's what Nigeria depends on. So if Nigeria operates a monoproduct economy dependent on oil, and they are taking that oil, they are taking it abroad, you see why Nigeria can never escape poverty. It's not a cause. It's not a, see, like I said, God is not a Nigerian. Everything you want to say, God forbid, oh, in Jesus' name. No. Let us say the truth. If Nigeria operates a monoproduct economy dependent on oil, right? Oil is what Nigeria relies on. You will now take that. You know that if you buy raw cocoa, let me give you an, see, it's like I'm giving you guys too much. Oh, don't worry, I will give you. You know cocoa? If you export cocoa from your village, that cocoa, you know that cocoa is like, you know, it is worthless. It doesn't have value. Like that. But when that cocoa turns to Bonvita, listen to me, oh, listen to me. Free political masterclass, free. And if YouTube has recommended my video for you, do well to subscribe. This is Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji, your favorite political scientist. Do well to subscribe if you are here to turn on the notification button. That is recommend me for you today means you and I will be friends. So they may not recommend me for you tomorrow. So quickly now, subscribe before you forget, because tomorrow you go come to scratch your head. That man will speak sense. Why here yesterday? What is that? Is Andrew? Forget. You feel not even remember my name. So subscribe now. Now, if you operate a monoproduct economy, I use cocoa, for example, to break it down for you so that you can understand. Let me use cocoa. In your village, how much do they sell cocoa to people? Let's be sincere with ourselves. Some of you that plant cocoa in your village, how much do they sell the cocoa? Those cocoa something, how much do they sell it? Let's do nothing. But when that cocoa turns to Bonvita, Milo, chocolate, those bad chocolate, you know how much you buy it. When it turns to Ovaltine, you know how much you buy it, right? It becomes expensive. Do you know what Nigeria is doing? Nigeria have cocoa. I want to break it down for you. Nigeria have cocoa. Nigeria will collect peanut, collect the cocoa to, you know, sell the cocoa out. Then Nigeria is now buying Bonvita back from abroad. Can Nigeria ever escape poverty? When you have crude oil, you have raw crude oil. Raw crude oil. You will sell it to Shell, Texaco, Ajip, all these countries, all these multinational, you sell it to them cheap in their raw state. They will go and refine it in their country. Then they will now bring it back here and sell it to you. How do you want to prosper? And you are operating a monoproduct economy. How do you want to prosper? That's why Nigeria cannot escape poverty. Let me tell you the truth. If you are okay, plan God for your life. Plan your future. Hold your God. Thank God for what maybe your father, your mother, your grandfather has done, and make sure you improve on it. Don't go and be using money to carry women. No. You that you are watching me, that every day, if from one woman to another, I'm warning you. You know, you now use the money when you make to still buy heavily. How will Nigeria prosper? Now that Dangote is now doing the oil, I asked a question and I said, why is oil more expensive, right? Why is oil more expensive now that Dangote is producing? Do you know why? Come. The reason is because government want to profit. Dangote also want to profit. Are you with me at all? Do I need to cast a mind? Do I need to lay my hands on you? Do I need to speak in tongues before you understand? That is why, as Dangote is producing, instead of the price to go down, it is going up. It is going up. It is going up. You know why? Government want to make money. Because Nigeria operates what I call what? A monoproduct economy dependent on oil. That means that Nigeria is earning most of its money from oil production. You have left other mineral resources. You are just focusing on oil. You are relying on oil money, oil money, oil money. So that monoproduct economy that you are doing, now you have a local refinery, but the price cannot be cheap because government want to profit. Let me break it down for you so you understand. You see, that thing that Dangote is doing, Dangote government supposed to just be like a regulator, regulating Dangote operation. Are you producing the right oil? What are the chemical components of the oil? What are the characteristics of the oil? Government should have like Department of Petroleum Resources that will be monitoring the value of the oil, and will be making sure that the difference between cost of production and sales is not astronomically high, that you are not milking the Nigerian people, that you are not exploiting. That should be the role of government, though, that you are not exploiting you, Dangote, you are not exploiting Nigerians. So government will now act as the regulator to now see, one, the quality of oil that you are producing, two, the cost of production and price of sales, cost of production and price of sales, to be sure that the difference between cost of production and price of sales doesn't give room for exploitation. That's why some of you should be bringing book to my political master class. Government will act as the regulator. You see, you cannot come to my class and be coming every day 2 weeks and you will not be brilliant. If you come to my class 2 weeks and there's no changes in your brilliancy, that means you are not listening. And I will not hesitate to begin to cast and bind. I will not hesitate to force myself into 40 days dry fast because of you. Do I need to start that? Do I need to lay hands on you? Do I need to fast and pray? What government should be doing, if government have other means of income, is what? To regulate, to make sure that Dangote is producing good quality of oil. One. Two, to make sure that the difference between cost of production and sales, the price that they are selling it, does not give room for exploitation, especially in a monopolistic market. What is monopolistic market? You are the only one operating. In fact, that's why you see that I say never come to my platform to abuse people. Come with in mind that you want to learn. And when you are praying, always say a prayer for Dr. Deji. Always say a prayer. Some of you that are wicked, you hear me finish now, you go and sleep, you won't even remember me. You go to church on Sunday, you don't remember me. You go to church on Wednesday, you don't remember me. But you are rushing to the political master class. Some of you now, see now, I have over 80 people watching me. You are enjoying me. I have just 9 lives. Nigerians, why? Do I need to preach to you every day before you press like? You've been enjoying me since, so. And they carry you reach there. Free, oh. Something that I went to school in Africa, school in Europe, school in Asia, and they give you the knowledge free. You know they pay me chi. But to press like is a problem. Do I need to conduct a deliverance session for you? So, if government is the monitoring, if government is monitoring the situation whereby the cost of production and the sales price doesn't give room for exploitation, especially because Dangote is the only refinery we have. That's what Nigerian government is supposed to be doing. But do you know why Nigerian government cannot do that? Like I told you earlier, because government also want to earn money. That's why government will insist that no, you must Dangote, you must sell the oil to us. Now we go to sell am to marketers. Why? Why? Why must I sell the oil to you? For instance, I want to buy phone. Willie says, wait, you the phone seller, you must sell it to me first. Then I will now sell it to Deji. Don't I have hand? Can't I pay the phone something directly? So how will it be cheap? When you sell it to government, is government nice that government will now say, oh, okay, Dangote will sell it to me for 5 naira. Oh yeah, take 4 naira, I sell it to you, or 5 naira. No. Dangote wants to earn. I'll come to that too. Nigerian government also wants to earn. So oil can never be cheap. Because why? If government does not earn, government will go bankrupt. Because why? Nigeria operates a monoproduct economy dependent on what? Dependent on oil. If you are coming to Dr. Deji's class, as I always come with listening here, you know, it's just that I can't see some of you. If you are people that I can see, I will set exam. If all of you fail, I'll just close YouTube. I won't do any political master class again. Don't be a poor student. Listen to me. All these lyrics, if you there among your friends, you there for board meeting. You understand? You go to use them, you know, you go to use them and rock them. They look you say, wow, that's nice, huh? You know. If you use these lyrics, toast lady. If a lady, you know all those girls where they do like a fico, you know those fico girls. You know there are some girls that if they see that you are not brilliant, they don't. Some of the things that turns them on. Yeah, you heard me right. It's brilliancy. There are some ladies like that. Some ladies, it is money. Some, it is brilliancy that turns them on. If you are toasting that girl and that girl is not turned on, begin to come to my political master class. Listen to me for 1 week. Go back and retoast that girl. The way you go, they vibrate. The girl will be like, oh wow, I'm beginning to fall in love with you. You know, government wants to earn. That's what is causing the problem. Oh. Instead of you to free Dangote, say, okay, oil marketers, face Dangote. Dangote, what is your cost of production? Okay, for you to refine a liter, is you are costing so amount. How much are you buying the oil from us? So amount. Cost of production, so amount. How much do you want to sell it? No, this is exploitive. Sell it this amount. This is your profit. Then oil marketers, okay, we've agreed with Dangote. Dangote be selling it to them at so amount. Finish. Then Dangote will now pay tax to the federal government. The oil marketers, as they are lifting the oil, all those tickets, all those things, there's some form of tax that they will pay. Then there's also value-added tax, right? As you are buying a liter, there's a form of value-added tax. You know what VAT means? I don't need to go into that. On it, government will earn. But you know why that is insufficient for government? Because why? Government operates a monoproduct economy. Now that money for oil, now in government rely on. And if government does not earn that money, government will collapse. So government is struggling between efficiency, regulation, and its own interest. Are you listening at all? Government is suffering between efficiency, regulation, and its own interest. In other words, you know this thing will be good, but you know that it will not favor you. You are now struggling between and this thing go good, but will I now come and die? But this thing is the best, it will be good, but will I now come and kill myself too? And mommy too must stay alive now. That's what government is doing. That's what is confusing government. That is why government will say that you cannot buy from Dangote directly. Come and buy from me. Government, are you refining petroleum products? Are you an expert in petroleum refinery? If you want people to buy from you, why is the Port Harcourt refinery not working? Port Harcourt refinery is the greatest scam. The Kaduna refinery. If you are looking for scam, that is scam. Why? I will explain to you. You know me. I bring it to you. This thing comes easy for me. I want you to enjoy politics and happiness in the polity. Why do I call it the greatest scam? It's as if you have a car. You have a car that you are driving. That car, you bought that car for it to serve you. You want to be doing zoom, zoom, zoom. You want to be doing pom pom. You pass in front of your neighbor's house. Some of you, that bad character. You pass in front of your neighbor's house. You play on pom pom. Some of you will even use it to toast girl. Some of you will be using oil. You know, you'll be driving. You'll be hooting. They call it on here. You know, you'll be hooting. Pa 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 pa. You'll be using on to sing. Go the horn anyhow. Now bad thing, no. Do you know that if you are abroad, you feel stay there 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in fact 1 month, 1 year, you feel you no go end, you no go hear on. That thing way that they call on for Nigeria, pom, you no go hear that. But in Nigeria, you use it to sing, pom 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 pom. You use it to toast girl. You use it to say good morning. You use it to say good afternoon. So you buy a car because why? You want that car to serve you. But that car is not serving you. That car is just parked. It's just parked somewhere. It's not serving you. But every day they are coming to you. Money for fuel. Money for servicing. Money to inflate the tire. For a car that is not serving you. That is the best way that I can use, the best thing I can use to make you explain all the wahala behind Port Harcourt refinery and all that. Government is spending money every day on turnaround maintenance and they are not maintaining anything. So see it as if you buy a car. The reason why you bought that car is for that car to what? To serve you. But that car is not serving you. That car is not moving. But every day they are charging you for money for oil, money for fuel. And after they charge you for money for oil, money for fuel, you still go and jump down for. That's exactly what is happening to all these Warri, refinery, all these things. Because government is using money for turnaround maintenance. So billions of naira. Yet, what are you turning around? You are turning around what has refused to turn around. Spending billions of naira. You see, if you ever want to go into government, the only country that being in government is very lucrative. Even if the witches in your village have caused you that you never be rich, go and become a politician in Nigeria. I'm telling you. If the witches in your village, the babalawos, if they're taking your name to 7 seas and 7 rivers, if they use your name to take it to the Yemoja and say, please, we don't want this boy to prosper. Now lie, go into politics in Nigeria, you will prosper. You will make what? Money. Because why? There are so many loopholes. Endless loopholes. So government is not doing the right thing. And that's why people are suffering. Unfortunately, we now have a Tinubu government that any little thing pass it to Nigerians. If they bring it to him, Oga, we need money, we need to buy amenities in so ministry, that ministry, okay. While you're doing, is there money? Oga, there's no money, go and increase tax. Nigerians they go serve now. They should pay for it, go and increase the tax. Universities will come. We don't have money. You don't do this. Really? Doctors will come. They've not paid our money. While you do, we get money. We don't get money. Really? Go and increase fair price. That's how Tinubu is doing. You know, they will come. They'll say, we need money. We want to build this road. People are dying. While you're doing, Yemika also, CBN governor. Is there money? There's no money. Oh yeah, right to World Bank. What did they say? They say, if you want us to borrow money, I'm just using this one as an example, that That's not the case. So if you want to borrow the money, we have to sign that if they did not pay, Lagos, Ogun State, and Oyo State will be their own. But that is too much now. Can they take only Lagos State? Is it okay? Yes. Oh yeah, go and collect the money. You have unthinking people in government. Whereas government is a serious business. You are superintending over people's destiny. You are superintending over people's comfort. Governance is what? It is serious business. But a situation whereby, see, do you know, we profound respect to the president. Maybe because of people advising him. Do you know that this Tinubu government, one thing is common, which is that what you chop, you must pay. Tinubu government is a no free town. You know, they say even in Freetown, there's nothing free. In this Tinubu government, nothing is free. Why? You want to use electricity, right? You need electricity. How much does it take to produce electricity? It is so amount. You must pay it. They are not ready to subsidize anything. They are not ready to do anything on your behalf. How much does it take to go to school? Tai, Mama, Minister, how much will it take for the university to maintain a student? Oga, it is 400 and something thousand. Really? 400 and something. Go and increase school fees. Because I learned that in OAU or thereabout, school fees now is like over 400,000 naira. I was talking to somebody that when I went to school for my BSc, I didn't pay more than 10,000 as school fee. The person said, you still suffer now. During my time, I didn't pay more than 45 naira. Now, 400 and something thousand. And don't forget that you pay that 400 and something thousand, you will eat. If the school do not have hostel, you will pay for hostel or rent house within the school environment. You will transport. You will transport, right? So if you spend almost $500,000 just for school fees, you will fall sick. You will do photocopy or buy handout. Tell me, if education is for the poor. So one thing about the new government, anything you chop, you must pay. No succumb. In fact, it is safe to assert that what we have is really not governance in the truth. I can tell you as a political scientist, as it's just what I can call administration. You know what we call administration, right? For instance, as a Nigerian, you want to do something international, you must have a passport, right? There must be a structure in place for you to acquire that passport. That is administration. If they say Nigeria, the trees in Nigeria, the cars in Nigeria will not raise their hand and say, hey, we are here. It is what? The government of the people in government that will say, yes, we are the representative of the Nigerian people. So what we have largely is administration. But the real governance to create succor for the people, mbano. Whatever you chop, you know how to chop, Abi. You know how to run your electricity down in the afternoon. Okay, don't worry, Tinubu is here. Wait till you chop, you must pay. You want to go to school, Abi. You want your bata to be doing cocoa. You like NYSC uniform. You like as they be for copper. You want to wear it too, you must pay. Operation Zero subsidy. So that's why that oil in Dangote can never reduce the price. No. Because rather than for government to play the regulatory role, as I've explained earlier, government want to profit. Now, let me go to Dangote. There are different kind of organization. You would have here not for profit. There are some organizations which they call NGO. That means that they are rendering a service. They are not after profit. If they are able to make a little profit, it's okay. And if they make nothing, it's okay. They are not for profit, right? That's what we call NGO, non-governmental organization. Most NGOs are not for profit. You understand? But what do we have? Dangote is a private parastatal. that when he was establishing his refinery, he didn't establish it because he liked Nigerians. Are you with me? He didn't establish it because he is Father Christmas. He established it because why? He has money, but he wants to make more money. He established it because why? He has money. He wants to make more money. If you are watching me, please do well to give a like to this video, right? And do well to drop your comment in the comment section. Make it know, let make I tire out. Because at the user, I always use the monitor comment. You have a comment, you have a question, drop it in the comment section. And the phone number to call, but don't call yet. That's +55 13 99 666 6361. WhatsApp only, but don't call yet. So Dangote established it to make profit. He wants to make profit. That's what he's after. He's not after that, oh, the way Nigerians are suffering, Nigeria shouldn't be suffering like this now. No, people should be able to get oil. Let me just do this so that Nigeria can just be having oil. Oil will just be like pure water. You just enter filling station and say, okay, give me oil, 15 naira, and your tank will full. No. Dangote is a for-profit organization. He set up that thing to make profit. He has his own goals. Maybe he wants to go and buy Arsenal Football Club. That, oh, if I do this refinery, if I sell, there's big market in Nigeria. If I sell, I'll go buy Arsenal Football Club. He has his own. If you are close to Dangote, if you ask him, he will tell you his own goals. So he established it. Why? To make profit. Simple. It's as simple as that. Why is Dangote doing cement? He's doing it to make profit. He's not Father Christmas. So in other words, Dangote will maximize his profit. This thing that I'm telling you is just elementary economics. You know what they call elementary economics? Dangote we even influence government. If he takes bribing government official for him to be able to maximize his profit, he will. If petrol is sold for 100 naira and Dangote is to spend 1 billion for government to increase the price of petrol from 100 naira to 130 naira, and Dangote is to spend 1 billion, and he knows that 1 billion that he spent to the only jekuje in government, he will recover that money within 1 month, 2 months. But that 130 that they've increased it to from 100 now, people will be buying it like that for life. It cannot come down except it will increase. Why wouldn't Dangote spend 1 billion to just tip people in government? That is how what? For profit organizations, that is what they do. Are you with me or not? Do I need to fast and pray? Do I need to lay hands on you before you understand me? For profit organization that when you, for instance, some of you have a company that you set up by yourself. Why did you set up that company? So that you can make money, so that you can have money to take care of your family, so that you can build your dream house, so that you can buy your dream car, right? That's why you created that company. And anybody that comes to that company must pay. Anybody that wants to do something must pay, except you just want to consider or give discount based on what, okay, this one my child do for make I just remove small cut for them, right? So that is for profit organization. So when Dangote was creating that thing, Dangote is not a pastor. You guys should go and read about the history of the Dangote, all this Dan Tata family. These are people that they influence government. They influence people in government to make policy that will favor them. See, let me tell you something. One policy of government, one can ruin Dangote. Just one. Oh, are you with me? Are you sleeping? Just one That's why you see that Dangote always align with every government. It's all government in power. Ajip, that's Dangote. Notice him. Dangote don't have any meal. Who is there today? Jonathan. Jonathan. You go align with him. Nigerians vote, remove Jonathan. Who the hell is Buhari? Before you know it, you see Dangote with Buhari. Don't take my... See, why do you spend all your life watching movie? You are watching comedy skit. And you now sit down among intelligent people. You now be looking like lemon. You can't even contribute to credible discussion. Are you proud of yourself? Some of you, to just sit down 1, 2, 3 hours and hear analysis. You cannot. Free, oh. No, I'm not saying you should bring school fees for free. Have you not noticed that any government that is in power, you see Dangote with them? You don't notice? Go and Google. If you are doubting me, let's start with Obasanjo. Go to Google, type Aliko Dangote and Olusegun Obasanjo. Go to images. You see his photo with Obasanjo. Go away from there. Go to use Google again. Aliko Dangote and Yaradua. You see his photo with Yaradua. Come on there. Go to use the Google again. Aliko Dangote and Goodluck Jonathan. You see his photo with Goodluck Jonathan. Same with Buhari. Same with Tinubu. Aliko Dangote is what I call Ajip, or any government in power. Why is he doing like that? Because he knows that one policy, one Eyokon, can ruin him. One, which is, for instance, if government decide to open border today, that Nigeria, there is no import duty on cement. You are a cement company anywhere in the world, bring your cement. As you are bringing it from the airport, you are not paying any money. There is no tax, there is nothing. Just bring your cement. Do you think there are no company that will flood Nigeria with cement that instantly, that cement that you are buying 8,000 naira per bag, it will become like pure water. It may come down as low as 3,025. Because there are companies that are ready to bring that cement and flood it into Nigeria. Look at rice. Nigerian farmers will be doing shakara. Are people not bringing rice from Thailand? Are they not bringing rice from Thailand, Vietnam, all these places? So what am I trying to say? Is one government policy, one can ruin Dangote. In fact, he will have BP. And that's why I have advised government, in my professional way as a political scientist, that government, one of the things you must do right now, is begin to review, begin to call for submission. Are you interested in refinery? Oh yeah, submit your document. Begin to review it right now. Instantly, begin to review it and begin to license, so that Dangote will not turn to monster. Because the way Nigeria is going, if Dangote wakes up and he doesn't, maybe not just, when they caught Dangote in the US with that Orekelewa, and some of his buttocks were showing. If Dangote got another day that see Nigeria stupid people say they are abusing me on social media, and he decide to say no fuel, please don't refine any fuel again, Nigeria will cry. And he says no cement again, no sugar again, no salt again, Nigeria is finished. So in order not to make Nigerian economy to be in the hand of one man, and he will be squeezing Nigerian economy like orange juice. And Nigerian ball, ball, you that you are men, you know what I'm saying, and it's in Dangote's hands. And any day Dangote wakes up from the wrong side of the bed and he will squeeze it, and Nigeria will cry, yeah! To avoid that, begin to review. In fact, begin to make call for application. Can you build refinery? Can you create refinery, so that you don't create a monster? That's what government should be doing. And trust me, if government make that call open, there are so many silent billionaires in Nigeria. There are people that have foreign partners. When those people come and they are, for example, I think, maybe not here, maybe it was on TV, that said, imagine it is only MTN that is in Nigeria. Imagine that only MTN is in Nigeria. If MTN wake up and say, today, if you want to make call, is 1,000 naira per minute, that's finished. Otilo. And if MTN have party in government, if they have friends in government and they say, okay, carry go, that's the end. But today, MTN, if it's messing up, there's Glow. For every Glow, there is Airtel. For every Airtel, there is Etisalat, or is it 9 Mobile that you guys call it? Right? Competition. So even during competition, government even doesn't need to check much. Because why? Your product will naturally be good. Because if your network is not good, and people are calling on you and they are saying, hello, 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 I can't hear you, hello, hello, and the network is doing, people will just what? They go port to another network. They have alternatives. So you will naturally let your network be good, because if you know that if it's not good, that's the end. That is why government needs to quickly go and be licensing refineries. License them. At least license 5. In fact, let it not be only Nigerians. You are a foreigner. Can you build refinery here? You are not ready to do like Shell. You are not ready to do like Texaco, that they've been operating here for long and they are not building refinery. Can you build refinery in Nigeria? Yes, I can. Okay, approve. You see that Dangote will sit tight. Dangote will what? Waka jeje. You know what they call waka jeje? Waka jeje. Waka like this. Dangote will waka jeje. Because there will be competition in the market. Now, if we have that kind of situation that last we have Glow, MTN, we now have different refineries. If Dangote is fucking up, you can just drive into another refinery as an oil marketer and go and align with that one. If that one is fucking up, you have another one, you just go and align with that one. Right? Then government now begins to use other ways that they can use to earn money. They are now using it to earn money. Won't it make sense? Nigeria will begin to develop. Then we now curb the greed of politicians. We reduce the premium of politics, whereby that your friend that you know, that even if you see him and you turn face away, you say, Willie, you no see me, I'm greeting you now. That your friend will now have just opportunity to become a counselor. And he'll be looking at you that, see, Willie, is Willie expecting me to first greet him? Can't Willie greet me? Because why? He's now a big boy. The Nigerian system have created way for him to be rich. Stupendously rich. See, if you want to do money ritual, no, don't go and do money ritual. Find your way into politics. Find your way into politics. Let me tell you something. Oh God, you plus TV, great to have you. Say evening, sir. Is there anyone competing with Dangote on cement sugar? I heard something. I don't know whether it is true. I heard that some time ago, you know, somebody from a notable family in Nigeria import sugar. Let me tell you the power of competition. See, that's why I just pity some of you. Dangote is one of the greatest monsters that Nigeria can have. If Nigeria allows him, Nigeria will be finished. Let me tell you this story that I heard. When that person imported sugar, he imported sugar, surplus sugar. When Dangote heard, Dangote was like, Immediately that sugar came, Dangote crashed the price of sugar. Some of you will remember there was a time that the price of Dangote sugar that year just fall. Bah! He crashed it in such a way that that person cannot compete with him. That person cannot make profit. At the end of the day, that one was frustrated out of business. And you know that, oh my God, am I teaching you too much? Do you know that there are some business? There are some business. Also says Dangote took out Ibeto cement. See, if you know elementary economics, you know that Dangote is one of the greatest monsters. I'm telling you. Dangote forced that sugar something, forced it out of business. You heard me right. And you know one thing, that if you are doing a business, and that business that you are doing, You are into different business. There's something they call it in commerce and economics. I can't remember now. You can afford to incur loss in one business and use the profit in another business to incur the loss that you are making in the other business. For instance, if you are a company, let's say there is Ogaju Coke, let me use one of my commenters' name, or Nonso Coke, or now we have Nonso Coke, Nonso Biscuit, right? Nonso is now making, is not making sales in, is not making profit in biscuit, but people are crazy about Nonso Coke. Everybody Nonso Coke, Nonso Coke, Nonso Coke, but people don't really fancy Nonso biscuit. Nonso can afford to reduce the price of that biscuit, knowing fully well that human being, they like cheap things. In that biscuit, is no longer making profit. Nonso is not making profit in that biscuit, but he's still doing it. The excess profit that he's making from that Coke, Nonso Coke, he's now using that profit from Nonso Coke to be sponsoring Nonso Biscuit. So Nonso Biscuit is functioning simultaneously with Nonso Coke, although it's not making any profit from Nonso Biscuit. It's only making profit from Nonso Coke. So what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Dangote at that time wasn't making profit from sugar when he slashed that price. But he no go know for body because he's already making excess profit on spaghetti. He's making profit, astronomical profit on cement. So he can afford to crash the price of sugar to 2 naira. He will still be in business. Because why? That loss that is making supernatural profit, super profit in other businesses. There's something they call it in economics. There's something they call it in commerce. I can't remember it now. There's a term for it. If you're watching me and you know that term, put it in the comment section. There's a term they call it in economics. So Dangote can afford to sustain himself. He can afford to sustain himself. So one policy, one from Dangote, he will be a finished man. That's why you see that Dangote is any government in power. But then you must make sure that as much as you want Nigeria to have refinery, you are not creating a monster. Because if you create a monster in Dangote, you will suffer for it. That's what we are seeing now. You are saying, oh, when I build my refinery, there will be local production, this, this, blah, 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 blah. But now you start the refinery. I've put government blame for government, that government also want to make profit, right? But now, you've started the refinery now, why is it that it was when you start that the price of petrol now increase? Why? Because why? You want to make profit, government want to make profit, and it is your paddy that are in government. Paddy government, I think it was Fela that made that statement. Paddy government. So government and Dangote wants to make profit. That's why. Because Dangote naturally, is a businessman. Businessmen are always greedy. With profound respect to him. If you are not greedy, you can't make profit. If you don't know how to bargain, if you are not rugged, you can't make profit. That's why, they used to applaud some of our Igbo brothers. They say, Igbo man. Because why? They've mastered the art of negotiation. They've done what? They've mastered the art of negotiation. So Dangote is there to make profit. You think that, will we carry money to heaven? It is you that you are thinking like that. Dangote already have Jeep. He wants to buy more Jeep. You don't understand? In fact, if you ask Dangote now, he already has a refinery. Maybe he's already thinking of, from that profit that we make, he want to go and build refinery in Gabon. Capitalists, people with capitalist mentality are always greedy. Are you with me? Am I speaking in tongues? Capitalists are always greedy. If you see a real capitalist, even when people are dying, that profit he must make am. They will tag the debt, the will of God. If you meet a real capitalist, they don't have mercy. They don't believe that there's God. Or no. They are in business to make profit. So why did the Nigerian government study the antecedent of Dangote? See, it is only anybody that is, that doesn't know book or that is not serious that would think that all what Dangote is doing is the only one that can do it. No, remove the veil from your eyes. If government allow people, there are a lot of people that want to go into cement, sugar, salt. But Dangote has been the only one. And that is why he is used to being pampered. When the Tinubu government came and he said, Aliko, be like say you dey craze. He started crying. He started screaming. What is the role of government? Is it not to regulate? He started crying. He started blackmailing government. Government, you collect my biscuit. Yeah, don't collect my biscuit. Because why? Dangote is used to being pampered. See, if you want to kill Dangote, make those business that is striving in, make them perfectly competitive. Sign refinery for a company in Canada, a Canadian company that is already made, that already have money. License refinery for them. Say, okay, come and build refinery in maybe, let's say, Delta State. And Dangote now has a credible competitor. He doesn't like it. Don't take my word for it, right? Do your research. He doesn't like it. It must be only him. Look at Ibeto Cement. Some of you that know Ibeto Cement. Where is Ibeto Cement? Bua. You know, she say Bua self they struggle. Bua. You know Bua Cement. Why? Dangote will align with you. Why? Dangote knows the language of politicians, and not any government in power. If you want to contest, Dangote will come and meet you. PDP, take this 50 billion. As he's giving PDP 50 billion, he will go to APC. APC, Rankade, they take 50 billion. So APC knows that he has given PDP 50 billion. PDP knows that he has given APC 50 billion. So anybody that win out of two of them, they'll be in party. That's why you see that Dangote barely have problem. Maybe one of the things that gave him problem is the Lagos boys. You know the Lagos boys, all these Tinubu boys, Lagos boys, they believe that now Nigeria is their own. No, Nigeria is their turn. No. If you believe that you are one superstar and you want to be misbehaving anyhow, you want to believe that with a day your head, they'll put you in your place. In this presidency, don't ever mess with the Lagos boys. They will finish you. You don't want to mess with the Lagos boys. They believe that, that's why I said, whether anybody likes it or not, there will always be subsidy. Why? The Obasanjo boys, they chop their own. The Lagos boys, they look. Okay? The Yaradua, the Hausa Fulani, for Yaradua time, is loyal boys, they chop their own. Right? The Jonathan, the Niger Delta, they chop their own. The Buhari boys, they chop their own for that first subsidy. You now think, say, the Tinubu boys then be fool? Oh, if Hausa Fulani, when they wear Richard Milley, you know how much be Richard Milley? He now reach Lagos boys turn. You now expect that they will say, oh, Nigeria go better, Africa go better, Nigeria you survive, oh, Africa go better. Yeah? They play. Just what? They play. I say what? They play. You play too much. You like to play. The Lagos boys that knows how to spend money. That immediately Oga got there, they have already, before even Oga got there, they have already planned, okay, first time, by the time Oga go come out there, that house in Canada, I go buy one. I go buy one for New York in US, buy one for California. Dubai, I don't like Dubai, Dubai weather. But if you just get one there, just get one for there. They've already planned. And you know that Oga is old. You can't cheat nature. There's no way you cannot cheat nature. And some of the, did you miss that video? That video of one doctor in US that said somebody in Tinubu's government have bought 2 houses. He said he's planning to buy the 3rd one because he doesn't want to gawk himself. He doesn't know whether this government go last for long. And that doctor say, with the way Nigerians are crying, I should go and help you check the 3rd house. That doctor now came to, is it Facebook or YouTube? I'm sure some of you saw that video. That doctor that is wearing that blue something, you know, that blue uniform. In US, is it US or Canada? Is it that US or Canada? So, what is reigning among them? For some of you, what is reigning is you want to buy iPhone. In fact, you are a poor soul. If all what you are thinking of is iPhone, you are a poor soul. What do I say? Poor soul. Because you are thinking of iPhone. That's all your target. Before you know it, another version will be out. You'll be struggling to buy that one. Don't you know that iPhone self, it has a way of making you poor? You don't know. But that's another analysis for another day. So what do we have? You have a situation whereby all these guys, they have already planned out to house in Canada, house in California. You now say that first subsidy should go. They play. I know that the difference in naira and dollar will naturally create a problem. But to solve that problem, you have oil in Nigeria. You will now have refinery. But there's one thing that you don't have. The technology to extract the oil. Now still share. Texaco Ajib go bring out that oil from the ground and give it to Dangote. Now see that their machines, those they are extractive machines, those oil wells, right? That they call in the Niger Delta Christmas tree. Yeah, you heard me. That's what they call the Christmas tree, oil well. It is still that their oil well that they used to bring it out. It's when they bring it out that they can give Dangote. Dangote does not have what it takes to drill oil from the ground. It's a refinery, he refines. And he must get something before he can refine. So even if you don't want to license refinery, can you negotiate in Ogoni land? Shells something. I've done research there on oil. That's why I'm just telling you. In Ogoni land, that you know that place that Kensaruwiwa came from. You know they kill Kensaruwiwa. That place, that community, Ogoni land, they have mad oil. Mad oil. In fact, they call it their kind of oil is called sweet crude. You know there are different kind of crude. Their own, they call it sweet crude. Sweet crude is like the best. It's very good. They call it sweet crude. Well, can you now align with Shell that, okay, since you can't work here again, some of this your facility that you are yet to decommission, that English feel too much for you, which is to uninstall. Can you now sell it for us? Can you sell it for us? So that, you see, when you fail to train people, you will suffer. If Nigeria have trained engineers, all these graduates that have turned to Yahoo boys, that have turned to Teka, that all they do is piano, they have turned to pianoist. You see geology graduate, Ideteka. Some youth, their hand have changed from like this, like my own, it has turned to like this. Why? Continuous Teka. You know, say, guess where you go Teka-ish, your hand go be like this. If you dey sleep safe, you go be like say you dey Teka. Your hand go don't turn like this. All these engineering graduates, geology graduates, if Nigeria have trained them and buy over Shell assets that Shell is yet to decommission in Ogoni land, so it will be Nigerian engineer that will be drilling the oil. Nigeria, any sense? Do I need to fast and pray for this country? Do I need to lay my hands, on Nigerian leaders? Do I need to fast and pray? It will be Nigerian engineer that will be drilling the oil. In that way, the chain of command is complete. Listen, the chain of command is complete. You have the oil, you are the one drilling the oil, and they are also refining the oil in your country. 3 chains. You have the oil. Now, what we have before Dangote, what we have is we have the oil. We are not drilling the oil. we are not refining it, right? That's what we have. Now, with the evolution of Dangote, what we have is we have the oil. We are not the one drilling it, but we are refining it. In order to create SOCOM, to make life easy for Nigerians, government should now be trying to complete the chain in such a way that we have the oil, we'll be the one to drill it, and we'll be the one to refine it. By that time, oil can be cheap. In fact, oil can be 200 naira per liter. Oil can be 200 naira per liter. Then, if you now have a perfect competitive market that Dangote is not enjoying monopoly, there are other companies, you know, refining oil, you will see the price of oil will come down. Then, government also move away from only earning from oil all your life. Oil money. No, move away, explore other resources, gain other ways of earning money. I swear to God Almighty, if this simple thing that I said, if it can be done, petrol can sell for 200 naira. It can sell for 300 naira. I'm telling you, it can sell for 300 naira. But you imagine that Nigerian leader, share any sense. You lack sense. Chemtrex, my brother, I see you. Chemtrex say, Dr. Deji, everything is easy after someone else does the heavy lift. You see what I'm saying? Now that you have the oil, you say you are refining, Shell is waiting for you. Shebina Shell go drill the oil, come out. Shebina, when they drill the oil, now you go refine and they will now place you for condition. He says, my question is, where on planet Earth were this so-called competition before Dangote ventured into the oil and gas business? See, my brother, let me answer that question, Chemtrex. Because you are my in-law, I'm Yoruba, and you marry a Yoruba woman. And the day you call in, you confess to me, the way my sister is making you happy, giving you joy. So you that you are watching me, and you are thinking of where to marry, better go and marry Yoruba so that you can be enjoying like Chemtrex. If you doubt me, I can trace Chemtrex number. I will call him. Chemtrex, is Yoruba woman good? You yeah. Because Chemtrex say my Yoruba sister will marry, they give her joy. If they give her joy. So, let me answer this question. He says, where on earth were this so-called competition before Dangote venture into oil and gas business? Let me answer. It's a very intelligent question. Make una listen up. That's why I say, make una dey comment. If you think anything, don't think your comment doesn't make sense. I usually say it. Rome wasn't built in a day. As I'm saying it, as I'm talking, do you feel like saying something? You just feel like an idea just come to your head. But you are thinking, this is my idea. This is not a public platform. If I talk, this person where they talk now, he owns a PhD. PhD they talk, I will come talk. If people read my comment, they will say, which kind of mumu be this? Which kind of comment be? No! Drop that comment. You are thinking of something in your head, or you have a question. Feel free. Don't let anybody intimidate you. And that's why I don't take abuse on this platform. Nobody can abuse. So far as you drop your comment the way you know how to even if your English is not correct, don't worry. I go use brain, carry on. We are learning from each other. You learn from me, I learn from you. There are some areas that I may not cover. When you ask questions, I go cover them. For example, this one that Chemtrex asked now. When I answer it, you see that you would have gained money. But if Chemtrex sit down like you, and he's just looking, he doesn't ask, how do you want to gain the knowledge? And some of you that are watching me, you are enjoying me. You are watching me for the first time. But to subscribe, you have not yet subscribed. Run and subscribe. Turn on the notification button. Subscribe and what? And turn on the notification button. This is Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji, your favorite political scientist. This is where we make it happen. This is the informative platform, the educative platform, the platform whereby you come every day and you don't go the same way you came. Yeah, you heard me right. Because the baptism of analysis will fall on you. The Holy Ghost fire of analysis will descend on you. And all the dead cells, all the cells in your brain will begin to rise. You begin to wake up. You have been watching me since. Are you the same way you came? If you are still the same way you came, Write it in the comment section. Dr. Deji, I'm still the same way I came. Oh, then I will start praying. Maybe I will turn this thing now. It will not be political massacre. I will turn it to prayer session. Then I'll begin to pray and fast on your case. So you have a comment. You think about something. Drop it. Let's make it interactive. Okay? If you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Chemtrex, you see, the reason why this so-called competition wasn't there before Dangote, I'll tell you. You cannot dare the wrath. I repeat, you cannot dare the wrath of multinational corporations. Don't take my word for it. Chemtrex, I know you are in the US, so you have access to internet and all that. So at your leisure time, do a little bit of research. Do you know that these oil multinational corporations are so powerful that they remove presidents of countries? There's something they call resource costs. What is resource costs? Countries that have good mineral resources, they are all underdeveloped and in conflict. If you go to Niger Delta, there's conflict, there's underdevelopment. If you go to Congo, you remember that blood diamond, there's problem, there's conflict. Go to countries that have natural resources, good natural resources, they are all in problem. Why? The resource cost. You know why? All these multinational corporations, they are very, very, very powerful. In fact, Dangote refinery, if they want to reason his case, may even not last. You know why? Let me tell you the truth. Dangote refinery may not last. Do you know why? These multinational corporations, there's a global imperialist system. There's a global parasitic system. There's a global unequal trade terms. Chemtrex, now you are the attentive. Now you drag me go there and I don't follow you. There's global unequal trade terms between what we call the global south and the global north. Are you with me? The global north are those developed countries. That's why you see that Shell will be exploiting oil in US. There won't be pollution. Shell will come to Nigeria. There's pollution. There's unequal trade terms. Now this Dangote refinery, refinery will still be managed by foreign experts. Yeah, you heard me right. Go to Dangote refinery, you see white people there, you see expatriates there. These are people that can easily be bought over by Shell. Shell owned by the Netherlands government and partly owned by the UK government. If the operations of Dangote refinery begin to go against the interest of Netherlands and UK, they know how to deal with Dangote. Now their people go maintain Dangote now. If they just remove one boat, just one, remove one strategic boat in strategic places, just they remove them. You don't finish now. You guys will rush back to them. So why is there no competition before? The fear of multinational corporation. I say these guys are monsters. Chemtrex, do well to do a little bit of research on this thing that I just tell you. They remove president, all this Shell, all this Ajib, Texaco, Mobile. They are monsters. They remove See, Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, go and read about the power project. Kwame Nkrumah has a big dream to create a power project that power project will serve not only Ghana but Africa. We serve West Africa like Nigeria, Togo, Benin, the power project. Go and read about how they removed him. Go and read the story of Patrice Lumumba. All this Julius Nyerere, all this, some scholars have written about it, Leopold Senghor. Just devote a time that you are not going to work. Read about it. These multinational corporations are monsters. They are what? They are monsters. So it took time before anybody could say they want to summon the courage. For instance, they are taking our oil since 1958. Shell, Ajib, Texaco, Mobile, they are taking our oil. And they didn't deem it fit to build refinery. here in Nigeria, that you take the oil in Niger Delta, you refine it in Niger Delta, then you begin to sell it to Nigerians. Does that not make sense? They've been taking it to abroad and bringing it back after being refined, and no Nigerian government have been able to confront them, because they know they will spend money, they will remove you, they will kill you. Don't take my word for it. Do a bit of research. Read about multinational corporations. See, I did my PhD thesis on the crisis that multinational corporations have created and how peace can be achieved. So I'm not just speaking because I want to know. You have taken me to my research area now. Go and read about it. They are monsters. They kill. Multinational corporations, they are very desperate. They don't care. See, if Tinubu mess up, if Tinubu do pass in boundary, they will kill him. I'm telling you confidently, multinational corporations, they will kill him. So they are very dreaded. You don't mess with them. They know how to deal with you if they want to deal with you. So that is why, if you ask me as a scholar, that Dangote refinery that it suddenly collapsed, I know what is wrong with it. Yeah, Dangote refinery, they work again, you don't collapse. Okay, I'll just laugh. I know where it is coming from. The hands of Shell, the unseen hands of Shell, the evil hands of Shell, it don't strike. The evil hands of Mobil, Texaco, Ajib, all these multinational oil corporations, they don't strike. That's why I doubt if Dangote refinery can last, because there is a global unequal trade terms that already exist, which is take raw resources from Africa, bring it to the West, refine it in the West, sell it back to Africa, or refine it and take it back to the African market. Because why? Africa has the market. Africa has the market. So take it back to Africa, which is the market. And that's why you see that Africa has been structured in such a way that it is a consumption continent, not a production continent. And that's why I pity the likes of Peter Obi. Let me tell you the truth. All this consumption to production, some consumption to production, some consumption to production. If you do pass himself, they go kill him. Don't take my word for it. Ask other scholars. People that you know that this one are true scholars, not all these beer parlor scholars or beer parlor analysts. No. Ask people that you know that they are really social scientists, sociologists, anthropologists, historians that can trace it from slave trade to colonialism, even right from the scramble of partition of Africa, 1884 Berlin Conference. Tell them to trace it down and tell you. So even Peter Obi, that is saying from consumption to production, if he do pass himself, they go kill him. Because why? There's already a global structure. Once that global structure is disrupted, all these Western countries, they are in problem. The parasitic global structure that they have been profiting from, they are not ready to let it go. They've made a mistake. The Western countries have made a mistake in the past. You said Nigeria used to have functioning refinery. Why are they not having functioning refinery now? And you know that you see all these Western countries, they cannot make a mistake on Africa. That's why it will take divine intervention for Africa to be developed. I'm telling you, Africa is the least developed continent, and it will remain the least, and it will continue to suffer. It will continue to wallow in poverty and penury. You know why? All these Western countries, they made a mistake. And that mistake, which is really not a mistake in the true sense of it, but their greediness, they see it as a mistake. Why? Because they feel that the global structure has been interrupted, and that was what led to the evolution of what we call NICs, the newly industrialized countries, NICs. I will explain that and why Africa can never be developed. I'm coming to that. Let me take some of your comments. A lot of comments here. Great people, And James Pierre Keme says, you are really speaking truth. Mickey TV says, lack of vision for the future is what is disturbing the Nigerian leaders. Also, greed and unaccountability for mismanagement of resources is what is making them untouchable. And Willie says, 80 viewers, 10 likes. Guys, let's hit the like button. Guys, huh? If you enjoy me, hit the like button. If you're here to subscribe, turn on the notification button. You know, and Godly True TV says that's a bad situation. Willie says government do have a regulatory agency in NMDPRA, but they are spineless, and they are spineless due to corruption and inability to see all these government agencies. In fact, they don't even exist. I can tell you about the activities of Nostra, government agency that is, to monitor oil spills and oil spills and clean up. Nostra, something like that. Nostra doesn't even have the equipment to identify oil spill and the extent of oil spill. They depend on what the multinational corporations tell them. Nostra is not even equipped. So if there's oil spill, they first of all go to share how many oil spill is what share tell them based on Shell data that they will use as official. Because why? They don't independently have the amenities to ascertain that this is the amount of oil that spills. But I don't want to divert. Nostra, you can Google it. Nostra. I've forgotten the full name. I think Nostra. Yeah, if I'm correct. Akombi Oluwasegun says, good evening, sir. Well done with your analysis. I love you. God bless you. I know God, you plus 3 says, evening, sir. Is there anyone competing with Dangote on cement? And I think I've attended to that. Also say Dangote took out Ibeto cement. I know God, you says you are making sense, sir. And he says it's called cost subsidization. Yeah, that thing that I was explaining that time. Then Chemtrex also says Nigeria need to rally around Dangote refinery and others like it and stop this nonsense with the so-called monopoly. $20 billion is no joke to invest into that country. Let's support this movement. Yes, I agree with you. Dangote should be supported, but Dangote should not be encouraged to be a monopoly. I think I've explained why, right? Okay. And D1D says, Baba, you speak good English, but I don't know if you did economics in school. It is never possible. Petroleum still way low compared to global price. Okay, D1D, let me explain something to you. You have a farm. You like cornflakes. You have a farm that produces corn, and you have the machine to produce cornflakes. Won't it be cheap for you? You will now sell it according to the global oil price to other countries that need it to make profit. But in fact, if you have corn and you have machine to produce cornflakes, you'll just be eating cornflakes free now. If Nigerian government is serious, it's a simple something now. You have the oil. See, countries that can suffer is countries that didn't have the oil. You have the oil, you have it. You have the refinery. You have what it takes to drill it. You can sell it at low price for your people, but maintain the global oil price for other countries and other people. If OPEC organizing this petroleum exporting country, if they say nonsense, you bullshit them, because OPEC is petroleum exporting, right? I like your question, D1. Is OPEC is what? Petroleum exporting. So if you want to export, you cannot sell it below a certain price, because if you sell it below that price, you'll be doing disadvantage to other countries. So if you have surplus deposit of oil, that's why OPEC is there to set a standard. But they cannot dictate. Let's imagine that Warri refinery is working fine. When Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt refinery and Kaduna, right, is working fine. And we have good engineers. We drill the oil. We refine it. We are using it. We have a refinery. We are using it ourselves. Must we now kill ourselves with price? You don't understand. Why is it that when they harvest, for instance, the yam you will buy for maybe 20,000 in Lagos, if you go to Benue, when they just harvest yam, that same yam that you buy 20,000 in Lagos, maybe you buy it for 1,000 naira. Why? Because they have it. They have it in abundance, and it is the harvest period. So Nigeria is not supposed to be suffering like this. Let us first agree with that first. That it is a shame for Nigeria to have oil since 1958, and we are suffering at filling station regardless of the price. We have oil since 1958. The oil that we are suffering from at filling station is at our backyard in Niger Delta. We have it too. But laziness, lack of foresight have made our leaders unable to develop the oil sector. And King says, just like they made Caribbean a service economy. See, I implore you, if you are watching me, try. Read about multinational corporations. You can just do a little bit of Google something, pick an article, read about. You will see how they've run countries, how they've run economy. How they've run economy. Do you know that some of the tea that you drink in all these fancy hotels, all these big hotels, some of them are planted in Kenya. Where those trees are planted and, you know, being taken from, there's no peace, there's no development. Do your research a bit, you know. And I'm trying to say, when you reactivate the calling session, I will share some info with you and your viewers. Our people are not very good at asking questions. We should rally around what works. Where's my phone, sir? I will activate it now. Chemtrex, get ready to call me. You know, soon I will give you the go ahead. I think you have the number. The number is +55 1399 666. That's 666 6361. WhatsApp only. You know, I will call the number again after a while. Get your biro ready. Get your spare phone ready. I'll call it again. You can call me via WhatsApp. Okay. I'd want to open the phone line since, but you know, I have many things to say to my people. So you can call in if you want. That's again +55 1399 666 6361. I won't go without touching about this I'm trying to locate that topic, you know. Portable, that artist Portable met Peter Obi, you know, and he kind of like abused him softly that, oh, that is not in Peter Obi's presence, so that is stingy. That if it is Tinubu would have given him money. And, you know, I have some things to say on that. And Anedo Nnamdi says, who do you think will win Edo election? My analysis yesterday was largely on Edo election. I think you are watching me for the first time. Do well to subscribe, do well to turn on notification, but you can play my live video of yesterday. Chemtrex, I think you have the number. Yes, you can call in, Chemtrex. You can call in. Okay. I'm sure you have the number. Please, you can call in. Okay. And I think you retract. He said Nigeria is a hopeless country. I just feel trapped in it. And Solomon says, good evening, sir. I totally agree with you, sir. But I think Nigerian problem is greed. Our politicians are too greedy. See, they are as greedy as anything. Nigerian politicians, they are the most greedy, the most terrible, the most... In fact, you know, let's hear from Chemtrex. Let's hear his perspective, okay? And again, the number to call is +55 1399 666 6361. +55 1399 666 6361. I have 3 media analysis tomorrow on radio and TV. So I'm trying to do as fast as I can. So if you want to call, make sure you call and make history. So if I'm not able to talk about the one of INEC insisting on Wike's cousin as Edo State resident electoral commissioner, I will talk on it tomorrow, okay? And let's pick this call. Let's hear from Chemtrex. Yeah, hello, Chemtrex. Are you there?
Okay, Dr. Deji.
My brother,
Yes,
well done,
sir.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good evening there.
Okay. First, let me
How you
ask.
be?
Wait, let me ask of my sister. How is my sister?
She's good. She's good. I actually went for a meeting and I'm in
Okay.
Houston, so I left the family behind. I'll join them on Wednesday. So,
Okay,
but they're
that's
good. Everybody is good.
okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Chemchex is married to a
Yes.
Yoruba woman, and the Yoruba woman is my
Yes.
adopted sister. So I've adopted her as my
Yes.
sister.
100%.
Okay. I'm happy to hear from you, sir. Let's have your take.
Yes, Dr. Deji, right? I 100% get, what you're saying about, what the West does with Africa, right? It's been a the game plan from day one. There's no doubt about it, right? But I think we should be past that stage right now. I'm not saying they're not interested in keeping Africa dark, but most of what we're experiencing right now, it's caused by our leaders, right? It is greed. It is all self-serving. It is, and our people do not ask questions, right? Because they've weaponized poverty, and especially in Nigeria. Let's use Nigeria as a case study. They have succeeded in. Nigerians don't even know how to do research. Nigerians don't even know what questions to ask.
Exactly.
There's people in Port Harcourt don't know what's happening in the north. Those in the north don't know what's happening in the south. So there's no communication. Our people things are in complete disarray, right? Like nobody knows what questions to ask. Everybody's hungry. So the sooner the minute they get closer to politicians, they've suddenly forgotten about Nigeria's problem, right? So that's what we are dealing with. But when it comes to the oil and gas, right? That is so. The oil and gas is pretty much everything that defines Nigeria. Nigeria trades, exports crude. Our economy is 100% dependent on oil and natural gas. Like everything we do speaks oil and gas, right? So you think by now people would at least be aware of, the business transactions around oil. We can't even keep track of what our production volume is, like daily production volume. Like NNPC tells you one thing, but it's not true. What is needed at, the terminal is totally different from point of exchange. Like as big as Nigeria, and we've been in this oil and gas business for how long? Oil was found in Oloibri, somewhere in Bayelsa. Then it was close to Port Harcourt area, right? In 1930 something or 50 something. We've been in the business for a long. Right, we've been in the business for a long time, and we still haven't gotten it right. Like, how could we be blaming the West? Yes, look, Port Harcourt. I was born in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt refinery is in element. We used to have a booming refinery. That refinery was producing crude oil, refining crude oil, distributing it around Nigeria. We had one in Kaduna. We had one in Delta State. So suddenly it was turnaround maintenance that put those refineries to where they are, the current state, right? They were going to do some maintenance, and we never saw the end of it. So yes, I understand the game they play, but for crying out loud, it is our leaders that are putting us in this situation right now. It's not some foreign entity.
I'm trying to let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Imagine that you are a Nigerian leader, and you know that this thing can cause your removal from office. You saw what happened to this man, Kwame Nkrumah. You saw it. You saw what happened to other African countries. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Will you want to die? Let's imagine you are a Nigerian leader. For instance, during the time of Gowon, which is in the 70s, right? Those 60s and 70s, during the era of oil boom, you will remember oil boom, when Gowon said Nigeria's problem is not money, but how to spend it. If you are making money, and you know that if you align with the West, you won't have problem, just like Abacha did and Kik and Saro-Wiwa. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Will you want to die?
Can I answer your question?
Sorry, Chemcheck.
Yes.
Sorry, Chemcheck. I need to assess something.
Yes.
Sorry, I need to address something. I saw a comment.
Okay.
William School J, you said you be Mugun. I don't know whether you are referring to me or my caller. You also said useless fool. I don't know who you are referring to, but maybe you are watching for this. You are watching this platform for the first time, and we don't tolerate abuses on this platform. So maybe you are new on this platform, like other platforms that you watch, that you abuse people, you curse people. You understand? So sorry, I'm sorry. I don't intend to do this, but this is the last time you can watch me. So, if you are watching me, William School J, bye. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm Chemchex.
Okay.
Over to you. You are saying no. I just need to address that because
Yes.
when you are watching a platform, and all they do is to abuse themselves, insult themselves. You understand? The platform will not move forward. You just see that people will just be wasting their time and data. Awusa is abusing Igbo, Igbo is abusing Yoruba. Even there are some platform that the person speaking that you are using your time to watch will even have the effort to be cursing your father and mother, will be cursing your ancestors, cursing your destiny. And some Nigerians will still sit down and be watching that person. So me, I don't tolerate that. This is an educative platform whereby we learn from each other. You understand? And you should have the maturity to say your mind without abusing people. So if you go to my comment section at any time, it's always easy to read, and that's why I encourage people that no matter what you have in mind, just drop it politely if it's a comment. But a situation like other Nigerian platform that you just be abusing people, this one we abuse that one we abuse this one. If anybody does like that on this platform, instantly I will just block the person straight. That's one thing that I don't tolerate. I let people know
Okay,
their
they
business.
call them keyboard warriors.
No,
Keyboard warriors. They're always gonna be there.
no,
You
they should go
right.
and fight their war where elsewhere. This is an informative platform for professionals, for people that want to learn. You understand? For people that want to be informed, for people that you don't even need to go to school if you're an illiterate. Just listen with open mind. At least you will pick one or two things to learn. Nigeria is the way it is because one, people don't learn. People don't listen. People will rather prefer to go and be watching comedy skits where they put one woman with big buttocks rolling around the place, or maybe they should go and be watching movie. But some education that would help them, you will not see them
And
there.
that's what has gotten us here, right?
No, no,
That's
no,
what has gotten
of
us
course,
here.
of
We
course.
just
I
right.
didn't want to butt in
Right.
when you said people in Port Harcourt, go to Ogoni land. People that have oil. If you see the kind of poverty, I said people are still living in house built with clay without cement, and they have enormous oil, and Shell has ripped Ogoni land in with billions of dollars. Yet Ogoni people that owns the oil, they don't have air to breathe, no water to drink, no food to eat, no house to live.
Yeah,
Imagine. Over to you,
you see,
Chemtex.
Dr. DJ. You see, we had a spill here a few years ago. Right here in the Gulf of Mexico, BP, that BP spill. I think Halliburton was behind it. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes. So that spill almost bankrupted BP, right? But BP has done many spills like that in Africa, and there's nobody call them to question, right? Because again, it's not that BP does not understand the environmental impact, but we've got leaders that will get in the way and tell BP, well, look, forget about what you're doing. Pay me this amount of money, and we're good. We'll go to the community. We'll take care of it, right? That's how Nigeria works. So I've been in the oil and gas for over 20 years now. Dr. Deji, I'm a petroleum engineer, right, by education, right?
Great.
And I'm in Texas. I've been in the oil and gas industry my entire career. I've not worked for another. I've never stepped out of the oil and gas industry, and I've held. When we start talking later on, you'll probably get to understand who I am. I'm not bragging, but I understand the business so much that when I look at what's happening in Africa, in 2009, I had the opportunity of going to Nigeria, getting transferred to Nigeria by one of the multinationals, right? And I turned down that offer because And Port Harcourt was well with a gun, obviously. But I turned down that offer because it was going to take me back to, yes, the potential to make more money was there. You know, we had the opportunities and everything, but I just didn't want to be dodging bullet, right? So it gets to a point in your life where you just get irritated by things. In Nigeria, we believe that wealth is when one man steals all the money, puts in his account, and locks it in, right? But in this part of the world, wealth goes around. The same amount of money people invested, the billionaires you hear about in the US and all around the world, they don't have cash. They don't have a stack of cash sitting somewhere. Their money is in investment. They've got people that are employed. They've got big companies like Google, for instance, Tesla, for instance. You know how many employees this company has? They pay taxes off of that. They do this. Let me take it back to the oil and gas business. Yes, every business owner, right? They'll call it, you know, Shell, call it, you know, all these companies. They're there to make money, but they are not the one writing our laws. Okay, it is us who write the laws. Okay, and they have all American businesses, and it applies to some British organizations too. They have policies within the company that forbids interference with foreign politics, that forbids interference with bribery. In fact, recently we had a case in Nigeria, right, where an American company was fined, not in Nigeria, in Angola, was fined heavily. The CEO of that company fired the employees that were involved in Angola, and then reported to the U.S. government. Like, they went and reported themselves, and they fined them. They paid the penalty, and you know, like I said, the employees were let go. So it is against their policy. But when they get to Nigeria, right, our people are so greedy. Our people, it's about, look, take care of me and then forget about the rest. This thing has been happening right from time. My older brother worked at Halliburton when I was working at Halliburton when I was still at the university in Port Harcourt, right? And as an engineer, a young engineer, they had a manager. I'm giving you this. They had a manager that stood against some sort of promotion they were supposed to get at the time. They were supposed to be paid in USD. You know, young graduates, you know, 3-4 years experience, and they worked something out, like something that had to do with rig bonus, day rates, and all that. Was supposed to be in USD, but the manager stood against it because he did not fancy the idea of paying these guys more than he thought they deserved. That's a Nigerian. It wasn't a white man saying this. It was a Nigerian saying this. Guess what? That promotion, that statement never came through because he stood against it. Obviously, they don't muscle those guys, but he talked them into understanding that, look, you can get the same labor for cheap, right? Our people constantly do that, and our government representatives are no different. So Dangote, I'll take it back to Dangote. Dangote has suddenly woken up and realized that, look, for my country, we're suffering. Look, he's a businessman, don't get me wrong. He went into this to make money. It's a business. But before now, we didn't have a functioning refinery, for God's sake. And suddenly, this man has put in $20 billion in an investment, and suddenly everybody's talking about monopoly. Why wasn't this conversation brought up before his business venture? Dangote has been talking about IOCs. He's been talking about the same issues we're having. Yes, you've got international companies. Yes, they want to keep Africa dark. They want to, use Africa as where you get your raw material and then refine overseas. Chocolate is one thing. You just said something. Chocolate, cocoa is one area. Coffee is another area, like you said. It's from Kenya. But look, they get all the tea and everything from Kenya and then process it in the US and in the West, and then leave Kenya with nothing. Same thing in Ghana. Cocoa is the same thing. So yes, they would squeeze whatever they can from Africa, but it takes a leader that loves his people to stand and turn these things around. We've seen it in the Sahel, right? What's happening right now? Yes, you can talk about Kwame Nkrumah, you can talk about Patrice Lumumba and all that. But if you go into historical data like that, you see that they used an African to accomplish what they wanted to do. There's always one of us willing to pretty much sacrifice everything just for personal gain.
Yes, I agree with you. That Patrice Lumumba, if you read the stories, even in people, yeah.
Of course, I mean it's been like that. It's been like that. It's always been like that with Africa. And look,
But,
see, the reason I'm telling you this is I've lived in this society now for
there's something,
yes.
there's something.
Right.
And I want to ask you a question. Would you support the idea that Dangote should be allowed to operate a monopoly, or all land should be on deck to make the market perfect competitive? What do you think?
How on earth would like look, the government has responsibilities, right? We should have regulating bodies. Okay, we should not be asking Dangote to be part of that. It is if we had a functioning government, right? They will call Dangote to the table. They will not even have to call him and tell him, "Hey, we don't want you to monopolize this sector." No, that's not a conversation. They are going to support other businesses. You see, government, right? Government in foreign. In foreign government, the foreign government, I'll put it this way, big economies like the US, China, and all that, right? The government supports local business and entrepreneurs. Okay? They give them tax breaks. So it is our government that is killing the business. We should support Dangote, because once Dangote succeeds, you see most Nigerians with money would want to do the same thing, because now he has broken that chain, right? And suddenly he's venturing into an area that no Nigerian thought they would venture. So instead of talking about his tribe, instead of talking about monopoly, that wasn't a conversation before the Dangote refineries, let us rally around this thing and ask the government questions. Isn't it concerning that suddenly NNPC wants to be remember how NNPC started this whole thing? That's why I kept asking you about this question. Hey, remember we went from when they would not even sell him crude to when the story got too complicated, they would not even come out with what they want to do, like a game plan, to where they talked about investing in the Dangote refinery, and suddenly they were going to take their hands off, to when they started to talk about his products and how it was substandard and all that. The NNPC, the NNPCL, the government, these are government institutions trying to drag down a local business. For God's sake, who does that? Who does that? I've never seen it happen anywhere. Something as big as the Dangote refinery, right? Our own government, without a white man's face. And then suddenly it's going to where, okay, there's been pressure. Now, okay, let us sell this man crude and let's see him do his thing. And now they're talking about monopoly. So the conversation keeps changing. And Nigerians continue to go with that flow. They're not even putting their eyes on the price. These guys are trying to frustrate this man so that they will continue to do what they're doing. Okay?
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Now, we understand that the role of government is to regulate, right? But let's assume that Chemtrails is the president and you have the magic wand, you have all the powers, right? As a leader, what would you want to see? Would you want to see a monopolistic Dangote or a perfect competitive market in terms of local refining? And even by extension, these modular refineries, or what do they call them? You understand? That they used to make coal fire in the Niger Delta. You know that all those locally refineries called coal fire. So if you are a leader,
I'm a Port Harcourt boy. I'm hungry. I'll tell you all about it. Right.
Okay, good. So what would you want to see, or what do you think is perfect for Nigeria? I'm just asking you for the benefit of
yes, Dr. Deji, healthy competition.
Is it monopolistic? So if you're saying healthy competition, that means you are saying that for competition to exist, then it has to be a perfect competitive market. Am I getting you right?
Dr. Deji, listen to me again. I said healthy competition. When we Nigerians begin to ask this question, it means we have a failed government, right? It is a government job. I don't see a citizen waking up in America.
No, Chemtrails, my brother. I want to get something.
Yes, sir.
Which is that if you say healthy competition, that means that there must be two for there to be competition. If there is a competition, that means two things exist that are interested in the same thing, or two entities, or two teams, two players, two industries exist. interested in the same thing. So that means for competition.
Yes,
That means
Dr.
there must
Deji.
be. I'm coming, sir.
Dr.
I'm
Deji.
coming, sir. I want to get
Yes, sir.
something.
Okay.
That means there must be
Right.
another refinery that are competing for the Nigerian market. So if you say there must be competition, which competition are you saying? Is it with the Nigerian refinery like this Port Harcourt, Kaduna, or a perfect competitive market whereby as Dangote is a private investor and he has invested and is making his money, there should also be other investors that will invest and make their money. That's what I want to get.
Yes, Dr. Deji. So first of all, right, the market should be in a state that anybody with the same resources, right, equivalent to Dangote, should be able to implement, right, similar template without because of the government inhibiting their progress or whatsoever, right? So basically what I'm saying is it should be a given. Competition should always be there, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is Dangote is not the one eliminating the competition, especially when it comes to this oil and gas venture. We came from a place where we had refineries that were functioning to no refineries to suddenly we have one worth $20 billion, and suddenly we want to change the dynamics. That is my problem. The man is not telling you to not venture into the business, but he's telling you, let my business survive.
So if I get you right,
Dangote has right now is with our corrupt.
If I get you
so
right,
no, the competition are.
No, what you are saying is that all effort should be done to make Dangote succeed. Is that's
100% because
okay.
once Dangote succeed,
because I've been struggling to get you. Sorry, sir. Because I'm trying to break it down for my listeners, right? What you are saying is
yes,
all effort should be made to make Dangote succeed, but at the same time, Dangote should not on the long run be allowed to be a monopoly. There should be space for others to be able to compete.
That is not Dangote's job, right? That is the government. Let us task our government. Why? It's like you're giving Dangote too much power. That's the problem. I haven't seen the US government call one business owner to say, do not do this. You set the policies and they fall in line. Don't you get it? It's like we're trying to make Dangote is suddenly becoming the god. Right? We were giving him so much power to decide. The Nigerian government is weak. They're not doing anything. That's why we're having this conversation. Because if we had a government that was truly working, Dangote would fall in line. Dangote and his likes will fall in line. The government should, like I said, support local entrepreneurship, businesses, something similar to what Dangote just did. Make sure he gives them tax break. Dangote bought land at a very subsidized rate, right? Built this refinery. Someone that has the same, like I said, resources should be able to do similar. The government should create. You know how many big businesses don't leave Nigeria within the last 3-4 years? Massive businesses, like they're leaving Nigeria in drones. So when we see our local citizen of Nigeria try to invest in Nigeria, we should support them, and then we can set the rules after them. Dangote is trying to, yes, make money, but what he's doing will rescue Nigeria. If you do not know, the writing is on the wall. Now our people, they try to put Dangote to where Inogo survive. It is not. It is. Yes, you can talk about every foreign, like I said, every foreign entity would want to get cheap raw material. Every business. Right, gold. They buy gold, diamond in Africa. They refine it. You know how much jewelry they cost. Every business is going to be like that, whether it's white man, green man, or yellow man. Okay, it is the policies where they go to source these things. If there's a government that works, that stands as a gatekeeper and says, "Okay, look, I'll give you this, but this and this and this is what I want," they will do it. If it is scarce, like we know, oil and gas has been selling for a long time, and we made billions and billions out of it. Right, where is that money? People's bank account. Okay, so suddenly this man has looked beyond all the nonsense happening in Nigeria and suddenly decided to put some money in something that he believed in, and we're now saying monopoly. Like, I don't even understand monopoly. Like, is he the one setting the rules? Is Dangote the president of Nigeria? Is he the government of Nigeria? So let us begin to task our government, for God's sake. Let us. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but that's where our energy should be, not the business. We're attacking the business. We're taking life out of Dangote. What is happening to Dangote? I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you how bad it looks. Right? I invested in Nigeria, and I wanted to do more. And there are many others like me. They look at what's happening to Dangote and also foreign entities. Like, if Nigeria can treat its citizen like this, who am I? I don't have $20 billion. Like, it sets a very bad precedent.
Sorry, Chamtex. That's a very strong point that I agree with that. If you frustrate Dangote, other people will look like, if you can do Dangote like this, that's a very strong point, that if you can treat Dangote like this, but then again, we shouldn't rule out the role of government in regulation. So as much as Dangote wants to be favored, and as much as Dangote should be allowed to operate, he should also not be resistant to regulation. Are you thinking in that direction as well?
Dangote cannot be resistant to regulation. We first of all create something that's reasonable, right? Look, you cannot. I'll tell you, there's emission regulation in America, right? The government, there's what they call green energy, like you've heard, right? And keeping the environment green. So there's no flaring in the oil and gas industry. If you flare,
sorry, sir. I need to quickly attend to something, and there's a comment from Isaiah Cooper or something. Well, Isaiah, I think maybe you are joining this platform for the first time, and so I would forgive you, but if you do it again, you will not be able to watch us on this platform again. You say this Deji guy is a tribalist. How can you accuse Dangote of monopoly? See, we don't use abusive words on this platform. Okay?
Please let us not abuse, please. I'm from the Niger Delta. Your brother speaking from the Niger Delta.
I'm coming.
And Dr. Deji is doing a fantastic job. Let us learn to. Right, go ahead.
Comment. There's a problem with Nigerians, and that's what I noticed. This particular comment, you can as well write it in such a way that you won't abuse anybody, and you even make greater sense. I think Nigeria needs to learn that thing. That's one thing that is missing. The Nigerians believe that before you make sense, before you are regarded as making sense, you must abuse somebody, you must insult somebody. No, that's not the way it is. So I will just
that's not the way. That's not the way at all.
I'll just let it slide, because I take you as maybe
he's new on the platform.
Yeah. I take you as a first-time viewer. But if you do it again, trust me, I'm going to block you permanently, because abuses is not tolerated on the platform, either to me, to your fellow listeners, or even to you, Isaiah. So just for everybody to,
we got to make Nigeria great. It starts with little baby steps.
Then let me
baby steps. I'm telling you.
Then let me read some of the comments so that I can have your final shot, because there's somebody I'm also calling me, but let me take some of your comments. Ayo Ogunderu says, Dr. Deji, we can't talk about monopoly for now. Someone has broken the jinx. No one is ready to waste their money or is going into the venture until Dangote did. So let's see how Dangote refinery. Ayo Ogunderu. Okay. I see your comment, but one thing I think we need to realize is, let us leave them. Let us settle down. Is what turned Shell, Ajib, Texaco into what they are. So I believe that Dangote should be supported, but at the same time, government should be aware of the danger of Dangote also becoming a monster. You understand? From the little experience that I have in all this all research and something, government should be careful in such a way that government allow Dangote to try.
Deji, you're advising the government like they're a 5-year-old baby. The government should know. That's where competence comes in.
I agree with you, my brother. They don't even listen.
Right.
Anyway.
So let us.
They don't even. Do you know that? I said it that some of the people in government will be. You know, I think I said it last week that instead of some of these government officials to be thinking of how Dangote will be effective for Nigerians, some of them will be looking for how to corner Dangote to say that oh, please, can we have 0.5% share in the refinery? And I said that 0.05% share in the refinery alone is a big deal. So that's what some of them will be after. How they will profit. So Nigerian government, I agree with you. They are very. In fact,
Yeah, Dr. Deji, look, let me ask you this question. Isn't it concerning that suddenly NNPC, that was the biggest obstacle to Dangote refinery, suddenly wants to be the sole buyer of its finished product?
Exactly.
Guess what they're going to do, Deji?
Exactly.
Guess what they're going to do? Let me tell you what's going to happen. They want to set the price, right? Nigeria. So I was in Nigeria in June. I think at the time I came for a short visit. The price of gas in Port Harcourt was at $750, and people were crying, complaining. And I got back, and between June and now, it is now what, 1,500 naira, right? So 1,500 naira for a liter, right? Okay. Now they're testing Nigeria, right? They want to see. We rose this price from call it 100% or 90-something%, like almost double the price from where it was, right? They rose this price from where it was when I was in Nigeria to 100% more, and Nigeria is still together. Suddenly they've developed interest in a business they didn't want to survive in the first place, right? They want to buy his finished product, and they just recently rose the price of PMS to current price. So guess what they're gonna do, my man? They're gonna give Dangote a standing order. You're talking about government being a regulator, right? They want to tell Dangote like Nigerians will survive at 1,300 naira on the price of per liter. Right, they will survive. We did it to 1,500. There wasn't a problem. 1,300 will not kill them. Dangote had a mind. Maybe he had the mind of putting petroleum at $400, finished product at 400 naira. But now the government has given him the backbone to leave it at 1,300 because NNPC is backing him right now. So Nigerians are not going to get the true benefit of what Dangote intended to do, and suddenly they will be saying it is Dangote's fault. It is not.
I want to ask you a question.
Dangote does not operate. No, I'm not done. If Dangote does not operate under those conditions, he invested 20 billion in a country that has crude oil that won't sell him crude oil refined. Who invests money? Who builds a refinery? Who builds a refinery where the raw material is not available?
Exactly.
A processing plant.
Yeah,
so it will compromise his business, and he has to play along. Nigerians do not pay attention. I've noticed this thing. We get consumed in pride. Look, I've come to America, right? Come see where nobody. Look, you heard of the Bushes. The Bushes, you think they're a Texas family. They are a Texas family. My career started in Midland. After graduation, I got hired by a multinational. I got brought to the United States in Texas, West Texas, where 80% of the crew that serves America is coming from. I was a field engineer, became a general field engineer, and became a manager within that sector. And I got out, became an executive, right? Throughout this journey, my man, I see people of different colors, different race. They get together, regardless of where they're from, they make America work, okay? We do not care whether you speak Japanese, you speak French. When it comes to putting things together for America, the United States, if you know about the American history, it is immigrants that made America what it is today. People of different cultures. That's why when you come to America, it might not be the greatest. Look, they've got their own problems, their own share of problems. Don't get me wrong. But we get to learn to put our differences aside and look at what will carry our country to the next level. Nigerians get consumed in tribal differences, all those useless sentiments that has taken us to nowhere. Let me tell you, within this period that I've been between West Texas to where I am right now in my career, I have helped hundreds of Nigerians secure jobs in oil and gas. Nigerians have graduated here, right? Because I'll go in recruitment at the universities. I'll get young graduates and all that. I try to help my people, help them put together their resumes, have them set them up for an interview with HR. If they're good candidates, we'll invest in them, train them, and all that. And I'll get families, people that I've never seen before. Right, whether you're Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, people that I didn't know nothing from Adam. I'll have their families call me from Nigeria to say thank you. Oh, my son has been so, and he told me all you did. I'll say, oh, no problem. Their parents will be calling me from Nigeria and from here, right? And a lot of times they will call me to come join their meetings. Let me tell you, I don't do that. I don't do Yoruba meeting. I don't do Port Harcourt. I don't do all those nonsense because we didn't do anything we did in Nigeria. Why come here and suddenly break into this faction, right? I don't want to do that. Let us try to look at each other as one. Okay, I'm not saying do not identify with your ethnic group. That's not what I'm saying. But our reasoning behind those things does not make sense because it didn't work in Nigeria. Why would I leave Nigeria, come here and go back to what doesn't work?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So we should learn to look past our differences and do what works for God's sake.
Okay. I think if there's any takeaway from what you are saying, is that Dangote should be supported, which I totally agree with, that I should be given all the support. I mean, you can't build a refinery here. There's oil here, there in the Niger Delta, wasting. You understand?
And buying crude from the United States.
Abroad.
Exactly.
You'll not be going abroad to
oh my God. It is
shameful.
shameful.
That is madness.
It is shameful. It is shameful.
It's even beyond shameful. It is madness because imagine that you have oil at your backyard, but you still have to go abroad to go and bring oil. You understand? That is not right. So I agree with you on that. But then my position, I'm itching to take this call, but let me just
yes. Sorry guys, I need to get off too.
Yeah, I'm coming. Ayo Guderu says don't start labeling Dangote monster until it does that. The way you're talking, you seem to be discouraging Dangote, and that of you, in my opinion, is unfair. Keep watching as it unfolds when it's time. Ayo Guderu, God bless you for that comment. The thing is, I'm not labeling Dangote a monster, but I'm saying that if government is not careful, at the end of the day, on the long run, Dangote will eventually become a monster. That's why I said that if MTN is still the only one operating in Nigeria till now, MTN would have become a monster. So to prevent Dangote from being a monster, definitely you need to think about how to make sure that the market is a perfect competitive one, so that there will be quality of goods and services, and there will also be good service delivery for the people, and competition itself reduce the stress of government because the market will naturally regulate itself in a perfect competitive system. Imagine that, and I use the case of network, that if those network is bad, you don't need to do anything, you go to MTN. If MTN network is bad, you go to Electoral. So I believe that normally, like I said, it is madness for us not to have a refinery. In fact, I even believe that all these Shell, Texaco, Ajib, if it's possible to send them away, because how can you be in a country since 1950s and you can't build a refinery in that country? But then again, we should be careful that as we are running away from these multinational corporations, we don't put ourselves in a situation whereby at the end of the day we will now have another monster. So as we are killing the monster of multinational corporations, we should not give room for another monster to develop, whether in the next 5 years, whether in the next 10 years, so if government supports Dangote and goes to sleep, definitely on the long run, it may not even be Dangote. If Dangote is the only refiner, Dangote may be dead. It may be Dangote's children that doesn't have that temperament, that doesn't have that maturity, that will now become a problem for Nigeria. So
yes, Dr. Deji,
100%, but
Dr. Deji,
the market should be perfect.
The reason, sorry, Dr. Deji, I'll say this and I'll sign off. The reason you say what you're saying right now is because we don't have a system that works, right?
Exactly.
If we had a system that works, these things come naturally. A government protects the citizen. Look, that's a government job to protect the citizen.
Exactly.
By making competition, healthy competition, keeping healthy competition is protecting the citizen.
Exactly.
So we know that our government does not protect the citizen. So look, we do not have each person in Nigeria.
My brother, I said
each person in Nigeria.
Sorry, sir. Instead of protecting the citizens, some of them, the reason why they are having problem with Dangote is because Dangote may not be willing to play ball. Instead of them to have to be sitting in Nigerian interest, some of them will be looking for 0.005
They will force him out of business. They will force him out of business. Dangote has to play ball. He's a businessman.
For instance, right. I heard on Channels TV where Ayo Fayose, the former governor of Ekiti State, said he was sitting in a meeting and he heard somebody on phone that some people are planning to bomb Dangote refinery. Abba, people lack fear of God. You want to go and bomb?
Dr. Deji, don't be saying that on your platform. Don't be saying that on your platform. Don't use those words, because I've seen a lot of good platforms get pulled down. So don't use those words. So, but I want to say something real quick. So before I start, I know say I don't hold this call for a little bit, right? So like I said, right?
Yeah. Quickly, just
right. Like I know, like I said, right? Yes, sir.
Please proceed. Within a minute, let's have it.
Okay, yes. So, like I said, right, do not have a government that works. Suddenly, we're having Dangote set the rules, right? So that's how you know a government that does not even have plans of doing anything for the citizen. That's one. Two, supporting Dangote and making sure we ask the right questions. Nigerians do not engage the government. That's why what they're doing right now is they're testing the market with this price increases you've been seeing lately. They're testing the market, and that's why they've been able to go back to Dangote. You're talking about competition. I want to tell you what competition. Thirdly, I want to tell you that Dangote is already competing. There's competition right now. Dangote is competing against the cabals in Nigeria because the cabals came and said Dangote's crude oil is substandard because of the sulfur content, right?
Which is a lie.
There's a regulation on the sulfur content. Dangote came back, which is a lie. Dangote came back and said and told you what the H2S, the sulfur content is in his crude, right, through titration. And also you saw the quality. You said something earlier about Bonnie Light, right? That's the crude we sell. It does not have a lot of sulfur, it does not have a lot of wax on our crude. So the cost of refining is not as high as the oil does, WTI, for instance, West Texas oil, right? What we have here in America, right? Which has right. So Dangote has already proven his case. Okay. Is there competition? Yes, there's competition. Dangote is competing. He is already competing with our bad politicians that are telling Nigerians that they've got the bad crude is better than the good crude Dangote has. So that is competition, my brother, and Dangote knows that. If Dangote opens up on things, you all will be surprised. Dr. Deji, use your platform to educate Nigerians on how to support the government and let them put try behind their butt. It takes you nowhere. Thank you, sir.
I think one thing we've been able to agree on is that Nigerian government it's a kind of like big problem. I think Ayo Gunderu is
does not represent the citizens, right? Does not represent the citizens,
and I absolutely agree on that. And one point that you made that I absolutely agree with is that Dangote already has competition. You know, what I can call the non-oil competitors, people that know nothing about oil, are already competing with him, which is the cabals, right? I think that is one strong takeaway that we can take from you. God bless you, Chemtrex. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Deji. You and I will catch up. Thank you very much. Offline. Thank you. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Sorry, guys. You guys can call in. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hello? Do I have Michael? I don't know if I have Michael on the line. Hello? Sorry, guys. Michael has called me like 68 times. Yeah, his call is coming again. Let's learn from Michael too. Hello? Sir, you need to reduce. Sorry, sir. Hello.
Yes, can you?
Okay, you need to put off
Yes.
the sound or reduce it, sir, so that it doesn't. Okay, God bless you, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Let's have your contribution, sir. Let's hear from you. But before we do that, let me quickly call the phone lines. The phone line again is for anybody that wants to contribute is +55. WhatsApp only, please. +55. So there's background noise. Can you help with it? Please, can you help with that background noise?
Take my time inside my room.
Hello?
Take that time. I'm doing that now. Where is that?
Hello, are you there?
Carry that time on top table. Go inside room. Take it inside the room.
Oh.
Yes, Mr. Deji.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Deji.
Okay. Please help us manage the noise at the background because it's. Okay. The number again is +55 13 99 666 6361. Again, WhatsApp only +55 13 99 666 6361. Again, I repeat, +55 13 99 666 6361. Let's have your contribution, sir.
Dr. Deji, the political scientist, I really appreciate you for what you have been doing for us this day. And I want to also appreciate the Almighty God for making it possible for me to come encounter with your channel on YouTube. And I've subscribed and I've liked it. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I'll be following all these days. For now, I'm also studying part of that. I'm doing political science, University of Calabar. Political sociology.
Okay.
Yes, I'm studying political sociology.
You're studying political sociology right now? At
Yes,
what level? Is it master's, bachelor?
Yes, PhD,
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your thesis on? What's your research on?
So I'm from a different field entirely.
Okay.
I did my first degree was in theology. The second degree, security and strategic studies, I did.
Okay.
Then also
your first degree was in theology, second degree,
yes,
security and
strategic studies,
and now you are doing PhD in.
And yes, I also have that's second degree in theology. Then now I'm doing political sociology.
You are doing it in political sociology. Okay.
Yes.
Why did you move from different fields like that? You know, from theology to what's the reason for that? Because it's always good to have a bit of consistency. It makes you well grounded, right? You understand? So
yes,
the PhD could have been in that security and strategic studies, or if you are doing political sociology, make sure that your PhD research has to do with something very concrete on that security and strategic studies.
That's what I'm
looking. Yeah. Make sure that your topic, your research concentrates on the security and strategic aspect of political sociology. So don't do a thesis that will be totally, different. That the research will be totally different, and let your publications, your scholarly publications, let it also reflect that. You get what I'm saying? It will be of great benefit to you. Please, let's have a contribution. Happy to have you.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. So I'm listening to our brother from the US on his contributions and everything, the way he also ask questions.
You need to make your voice more clear, sir. You need to near the phone and let your voice be audible.
Okay. All right. So far, Africa has been backward in terms of development, infrastructure, infrastructure deficit, road network bad, aviation, airspaces, airports, or rivers as well, channels, all these things have been serious problems to Africa. Now, coming back to Nigeria, that we all belong to now, those of us that are here in Nigeria, and I'm sure Dr. Deji, you are from this country, Nigeria. Good. I'm from Delta State. So it has become a serious challenge to us, a serious one, that every day we ask questions. Like yesterday, to this a new day now, I was in the market myself with one of my boys to buy what we used to prepare stew and rice whatsoever. What I bought last time for 8,000 yesterday was 12,000 naira. And people everywhere crying and complaining. People causing the government, this is not just the present government's fault. So it has started for long. Thank God for your analysis. I followed you yesterday. How you started analyzing it, the zombieism, the Hallelujahism of that of Lagos State, and coming down to develop and rebel. That was River State. Before going back to Edo State proper, all those things. So I different. May God just help us. Now, let me just bring it from my own perspective as concerning the challenge that Nigeria is facing, and by extension Africa. So maybe not everybody may see this and take it that way, but just from it's my opinion.
Of course,
that looking at it, yes, it's my opinion. Now looking at it in this way, we are all human beings created by God. God is our owner, just like some of us have pets, animals, whatsoever, and we control them. Sometimes you want to allow some to go. Okay, let them go and take care of themselves for a while. Then before coming back, some people may come and say, this animal, this goat of yours, this dog of yours damaged this, causes challenge my farm, just like the Fulani herdsmen now. Those are the herdsmen rearing their cattle, using it going to people's farmland, destroying their crops, some crash crops and like that, cash crops and whatsoever. And fight will start from there, maybe because they were not being properly controlled or tamed by these herdsmen or those rearing these animals. Now, God Almighty is just like, let me not use that word, may God have mercy, but God Almighty created every human being, and He's the supervisor of humanity on this surface earth. Now, I want to see it now that we have chosen, some of us choose whom to serve, whom to follow. Now, the two major religions in Nigeria now is the Christian religion and the Islamic religion. So, if somebody does not belong to Christian religion, it probably belongs to the other religion. Now, and this is constitutionally recognized. So, it's not belongs to that way. But there is another one that is like the secret religion that is not exposed to all. Dr. Deji, are you with me, sir?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, sir. Good. So now, some people go into that too. Now, the Bible says in the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 8, while Jesus was talking about the parable of a rich man that left his business in the hands of his manager, and that manager maybe could not perform well as expected by the owner of the business. When the CEO came, understood, he was going to sack him. And this manager fraudulently went to those that were owing his master money. I said, how much are you paying? So I'll say 500. Say, take a pen, take paper, write 100 naira instead. Go to the other person, 1,000 naira, write 200 naira. Just like that. So that when he will be sacked, those people will sympathize with him, and they will accept him. They will see him like, oh, this good man that did this, did that for us. But before now, he was not doing this good. Why doing this good now? Now you can see that the Nigerian system of government politics, whatsoever the system, is just like that. And Jesus concluded by saying that the children of this world, they are wiser in their generation than the children of light. Then I bring it this way. Now, today we are crying, abusing the governments of today whatsoever. Then when election draws closer, you will see them coming to sympathize, to play with us. They can sit among the electorate and discuss and laugh and play, pay little bill, buy bags of rice, carry cup of this whatsoever, be sharing, and people see them as good people. And after voting them in, they turn against us. The policies that they will be making now will be anti human or citizens or electorate policies, not policies that are people-oriented policies. Those policies that they will not even sympathize, they will not even feel the pains that we, the citizens or the citizens of this country, are feeling. Now, why is it like that? From day one or from inception of governance, it has been like this always, and nobody knows when it's going to stop. But I'm seeing something different that we also should be looking at. Everybody that has the concern or understand it and accept it that we should look at and start firing at that point. Now we have cried, we have prayed, we have done everything. Some people have died. What a pity. Even these so-called politicians, they can kill, they can do anything. Not all, about 90% or thereabout can go about killing and do anything just to gain power. But I conclude to say that I think the problem is where they belong. Now, it's not everyone that goes to the mosque and worship there that is a true Islamic worshipper, or anybody that goes to the church that is a true Christian that worship God through Jesus Christ. So some belong to cultism or cultic world. So they have a God, the God of the dark world, the God of the light. The God of the light is the Almighty God, and is the God that does good things to his people and commanded his people to do good as well. Christianity is the way of life. Islam is said that is peace. The giver of peace from there, and Islam believe in Jesus. Do they call Jesus Isa? As we call Jesus in Christianity, Jesus Christ. They believe in Mary, Miriam, Moses, Musa, and just like that, I'm a Christian. So God now, those people,
my knowledge of theology have increased. You really have a degree in theology because the way you the way you bring it forward, my knowledge of the Bible and Scripture have increased.
Thank you, sir. I'm learning from you, sir. So now you cannot see. Just as it is, that means we are not too far from ourselves. Everybody's serving the same God. Some that serve worship.
Hold on, just a moment, sir. Before I take your parting shot, let me take some comment. I think this man is low. Maybe he's watching me from Nigeria. Ayo Ogunderu, he said, please, what time is this your program, Nigerian time? I will always want to tune in, though I have subscribed and liked, but I need to know so that I can always get my phone really charged to plug in always. He also said, though I will still hang on till my last battery bar, I really badun you. Mr. Yoguderu, God bless you, sir. Thanks for your commitment. Thanks for tuning in. Sincerely, I try to come on live regularly, or should I say recently it has been almost every day, but I really don't have a specific time. That's why I usually tell people to turn on the notification button. For instance, tomorrow I have analysis on hair. I have 7:30 to 8:39. I have another one from I think like 10 to 11 or 11:30. That one is a recorded version to my own. And I also have another one on a radio TV from 7 to 9. So imagine before I say that I want to come on air, it might be like maybe, let's say if I'm lucky, 10 or 10:30. So tight schedule usually don't make. If I say 9, there are some days that I won't be able to come on that. And that's why I usually advise people that please turn on the notification button. The notification button is that place that you click subscribe, sir. That place, there's a little icon beside that subscribe. Beside that word subscribe, which is like a bell. If you click on it, that is the notification button. I'll try my best to be on air tomorrow despite the tight schedule, so that we can pull the team together. God bless you, Mr. Ayo Ogunderu. God bless you, sir. And he says this person is commenting on your program of yesterday, not recent topic. We are listening now to your comment based on your today's topic, and it's going biblical too much. Okay, that's for you, Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael has a degree in theology. That's why it's feeding us. You see, that's not only me. You have increased my knowledge of the scripture, because the way you give us the biblical something, which I quite appreciate. And he said you're commenting about my topic of yesterday. Regardless of that, your topic is welcome, but if you can take a minute to just help me wrap up, so that we can allow people to start. You can also call in tomorrow, next tomorrow, but today if you can just wrap it up within a minute.
Yes, I'm going to wrap. Yes, that's what I'm.
And the number to call is +55 1399 666 6361. That is on WhatsApp. +55 1399 666 6361. Okay, sir. In a minute, sir. Just help us wrap up.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Deji. So I'm just trying to wrap up as you said now. All right. So whether we like it or not, we have those that belong to the occult world. And most of the businessmen we have today, most of the politicians, they belong to one secret cult or the other. And the god or the commander of that secret cult is the devil, Satan himself, who is the father of darkness. Those that serve God, worship the true God, and live by his dictates, they have God Almighty, who is the father of light. So now it is what the rules tells them to do. The rules say in the kingdom that they belong to, that they follow. Otherwise, they will be punished. If you belong to the kingdom of light, Islam, Christianity, or any religion, you follow what your rules says. The God Almighty that created everyone, they say you do. If you do this wrong thing, be punished. So the punishment might not come immediately. And this is why we linger, why we struggle to do the right thing sometimes. But those in the kingdom of darkness, those that have occultic power as their occultism as their own way of life, that's the belief. They can go to anywhere, they can come to church, but they know where they truly belong to. And in their occultic world, they told them, they have to be told that you must not do good. To them, what we do as good, those that are clean do as good, they see it as bad. Then what they do to us or to the citizens as bad, we as good, to them is bad, to them is good, we see it as bad. Because to them, if they refuse doing that thing, their occult master will kill them. Satan will kill them. Satan will stop them from progressing. They will say, I will seize your power, I will seize your authority. We have been watching films, these are clearly something, Nigerian home videos or whatsoever, how it operates, how it works. They will tell you what happens. So for them to lose that seat, lost anything, they can kill even their own children, biological children, their own relations they can kill just to remain in power. And this is one of the reasons why they are like that. So the system also is one of the challenges we are having. Just like the person that come from the US said, the system is not working. If the Nigerians should go even to the embassy, you will see how that person will be very, very humble. Embassy, US embassy, UK embassy, be humble, do the right thing, get abroad, do the right thing. Coming back to Nigeria, will start misbehaving. But with the help of God, I think Nigeria will get there. Okay. Nigeria still have hope. And Dr. Deji, you are not tribalistic like some people are commenting. No, you are not. If you were, we would have been talking about the Tinubu and others in the manner you just said. Thank you for your teachings.
Did you know that when I spoke about this Amaka Sombega, some Yoruba people were very angry. They were calling me bastard. And that video went like wildfire. There was somebody that made a comment. Somebody said, I thought that I can never like Yoruba person because of what they are doing to Igbo. But with this video, you have healed my heart. Somebody said, like I received that comment from like 2 people in that video. You can go and watch it. It's called Igbo Must Go versus Poison Yoruba. Why the Igbo Deji in Canada can not be blamed? I got a comment from 2 people that said as they are watching the video, they were crying. You see, truth is sacred. You understand? So maybe the person is just watching this platform for the first time. And as I said, I'm the political scientist that you cannot like, you cannot hate. If I say something today, if you don't like it, tomorrow I may say something that will favor you, then you will like me. Wait for another time. So that's it. God bless you, my brother. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your contribution. God bless you. All right, sir. Thank you, sir. +55 1399 666 6361. WhatsApp only. +55 1399 666 6361. So you can see that it's good for people to call in, and just express their views, express themselves. At least, no matter what it is, you would have learned something from what my callers have said, and it expands the scope of the conversation, it makes it interactive. On any topic, there's usually lots of things to say. There's, when you handle a topic, you can say it, you can speak about it in 5 minutes. You can also use that topic to also create a PhD thesis as big as a PhD thesis is. So that's why it's always it's part of tolerance to hear other people's views. Our time is fast spent. Tomorrow, by the special grace of God, I already have a structure of my lecture on INEC insistence on Wike's cousin as Edo INEC chairman. So when something like this happens, what is it called, right? And if it happens in other places, how is it being handled? In a professional environment, in a work environment, in government agencies, how do they handle it? Then I'll also be citing some cases. Then I'll be talking about some things that may happen and the consequence if INEC decides to retain Wike's cousin. It's going to be a packed analysis. And tomorrow also, by the grace of God, I'll be talking about that of Peter Obi, when Portable met Peter Obi, and he said, "Oh, Peter Obi," he didn't say it in his phone, but after they've met, they greeted. He was lamenting that, "Oh, Peter Obi didn't give him money that he didn't gift him." When politicians gift, what does it mean? How does it affect the psychology of politicians? That money that they are throwing around, where is it coming from? What is the impact of that on their performance? Keep it a date on Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji, your favorite political scientist and public affairs analyst. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, it's quite a long day. It's going to be a long day for me tomorrow, but then I'll try to keep it a date with you guys and see what we can make happen. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, turn on the notification button. If I'm unable to pick your call today, trust me, tomorrow is another day. Next tomorrow is another day. You stay alive. I will continue to stay alive by the special grace of God. And like I usually say, we will make it happen. This is an informative platform. This is an educative platform where we learn from each other. We don't abuse. We don't insult. Hatred doesn't happen on this platform. We learn from each other. We make things happen. And by the special grace of God, we'll continue to grow as a community. Till I come your way, hopefully tomorrow by the grace of God, let's make it happen tomorrow. God bless you all. I love you sincerely. God bless you. Thanks for your time.